Inside Holt Arena on the campus of Idaho State University in Pocatello. We've got a doubleheader in the Dome tonight, and up first, it's the Class 3A championship battle. The two-time defending, three-time defending Sugar-Salem Diggers checking in with an overall record of 8-2 on the season, taking on the Weiser Wolverines, who come in with an 11-1 mark. Hi, everybody, inside the broadcast booth, Brandon Bainey alongside Lance Taylor. Lance, what an atmosphere we've got here tonight.
Well, we haven't had both sides of the stadium opened up during the state playoffs. We got both sides of the stadium opened up tonight. There's a lot of fans, and it's even going to get more as the 5A game trickles in as well. Very exciting night.
Sugar-Salem going for the ultra-rare four-peat tonight, right? They won titles in 18, 19, and 20, and they had a hard road to get here. They came into the postseason as the number 4 seed overall, had to go on the road to number 1 Homedale last week, and for the fourth year in a row, they ended the Trojan season, this time in the semifinals, by a final of 16-7.
Yeah, Sugar, and of course, they couldn't have expected better than that 4 seed coming in. They lost their first 2 games of the season and did not play well in those games at all. They had a lot of younger players, we've talked about this before, that had to learn how to play the varsity game, and it took them a couple games to learn that. Since then, they're undefeated since those initial 2 games. They've played very, very well, and they were a different team going into Homedale than what they were at the first of the season, certainly. Yeah,
an 0-2 start for Sugar-Salem, and everybody thought the sky was falling, and Coach Tyler Richens said, hey, we got this, and they haven't lost since, right? So let's take a look at our keys to victory tonight for the Sugar-Salem Diggers. It's brought to you by Dallas Hill Realtor. Helping people is my passion. 208-710-9128. All right, Lance, the Sugar-Salem keys to victory tonight. Number 1, defend the pass.
Yeah, that's one of the places where Sugar has been vulnerable this year, has been in the pass defense. They are probably the best team maybe you'll see at this level against the rush. But the pass has hurt them oftentimes this year, and they've given up a number of deep passes in that, not just chip shots across the middle. So they have got to pay attention to not give up the big plays.
And this is an explosive Weiser passing attack. Now, kind of coupling along with that, our second key is get pressure from the D-line.
Yeah, I think if the D-line can get in and they can put some pressure on Spencer, that's the key. Make him make decisions a little quicker than he typically makes them, and maybe you can bait somebody into some bad passes. That oftentimes happens. But I think the key, even more so than the secondary for Sugar against the pass, is going to be how the defensive line, whether they're able to penetrate or not.
So their pass defense has to be on point, and their passing offense has to as well. Our third key, be pass perfect, which essentially means you have to be on the money when you're throwing the ball.
It does. Daniel Neal has to step up and have the same type of game that he did last week. One of the things that I really liked that Sugar did last week against Homedale was that Sugar gave him passes that are within his skill set, which is good. He's got a strong arm, but deep passes haven't been of high percentage this year. So a lot of 10-minus yard routes, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10-yard routes, and it suited him very well. They have to be hot from there.
Daniel Neal comes in completing 55.9% of his passes, 1,556 yards on the season, but here's the key, 7 touchdowns, 8 interceptions. I think as Neal goes tonight, that's how the Diggers will go.
Well, and you got to consider 4 of those interceptions came in one game, too. Right. So it's been a little more spread out. He's gotten better as the season's gone on as well. Last week was what Sugar fans and those, rooting for Sugar want to see out of him on a more consistent basis. He's just a junior. We'll be back next year as well.
And that front 7 for Sugar-Salem, so dominant. Boyd Sorensen leads the way, 56 tackles, 7 sacks. Ryan Harris has 39 tackles, an interception, and a forced fumble.
And a key to that, too, Ryan Harris missed 4 games this year.
Right.
And so he very well might be the leading tackler, if not.
Yes, and also a guy that's really come on is Ryken Clay, 53 tackles, 0.5 sacks, and an interception.
Yeah, Ryken Clay is what I call your ultimate gym rat athlete. He's the kind of kid that you have to kick out of the gym way late. You got to kick him out of the weight room, kick him off the field, and say, go home, please. Every sport he plays, he's that way.
Sugar-Salem, led by head coach Tyler Richens, looking for his 4th championship win as a head coach. He's won the previous 3, right, 18, 19, and 20. And for Sugar-Salem, at least in terms of the history of the IHSA officially recognizing championships, these last 3 were the first 3 football titles in school history.
Yeah, they were. So what they've done is they've come in and when a team hasn't stepped up and really had titles or things, oftentimes those schools have just had a team, not necessarily a program. What Tyler did was came in and built a program. So as players come up through the system, they're ready to plug in.
Yeah, so those are the Sugar-Salem keys to victory, brought to you by Dallas Hill Realtor. Helping people is my passion. 208-710-9128. Now, Now, there is another team playing in this contest. It's the Weiser Wolverines. They're actually the home team tonight on the scoreboard as the number 3 seed overall. And we will talk about Weiser and go over their keys to victory right after we take this break because we're getting ready for the national anthem. So we'll take a break and come back and tell you a little bit about this Weiser team that is the only team from the Treasure Valley still playing this weekend, which is remarkable.
Very
to think
odd.
About. Yes.
Yeah.
So they're kind of carrying the torch for District 3. So we'll be back in just a moment. You are listening to the 2021 3A State Football Championship game on IdahoSports.com.
Dear Detour, you took us off-road on the gnarliest trails. You asked us to measure up. So yeah, we did. When life slings you mud, sling it right back. Stay strong, Toyota Trucks.
Every new Toyota comes with Toyota Care, our no-cost maintenance plan. Visit your local Toyota dealer today. Find yours at Toyota.com. Toyota, let's go places.
Athletes know how important it is to stay hydrated. But did you know there are other ways to hydrate besides just drinking water? In fact, milk is a great hydration option because it actually contains water, as well as electrolytes that are lost when your body sweats. So consider taking milk along with you to your next game or competition and enjoy the taste of greatness. For more help finding your greatness, visit unbottled.com.
It's time to start planning for back to school. That's why I got my kids vaccinated for COVID-19, so they can be protected from COVID when they're back in the classroom. Kids 12 and older can get vaccinated. The vaccines have been researched and tested. They're safe and they work. Getting vaccinated was quick and easy. You can walk into a pharmacy to get one. We got our COVID-19 vaccine, and I hope everyone will choose to get vaccinated too.
Get a free COVID-19 vaccine today. Find a location near you at covidvaccine.idaho.gov.
We're a valley-wide country store. For 100 years, we've been your #1 choice for food, fuel, farm supplies, and just about everything else you could need to get you through your day. We know you work until the job is done, and so do we. For gas on the go, or a little extra to help you get down the road, you can count on us. We are proud to employ your neighbors and to be a cornerstone of your community. We're valley-wide. Yesterday, today, and tomorrow, we're here for you.
A hit in the morning, another between class, after school, and more before bed. Vaping sucks you in quick. Not to mention all the chemicals and health problems everyone's talking about. That's why thousands of teens are ready to take back their life their own way with My Life, My Quit. When you sign up with us, you'll get a free and simple quit plan that makes it easier to stop vaping. Visit mylifemyquit.com or text Start My Quit to 36072.
You train, you sweat, you practice, you go for the gold, you give 110%, but most of all, you aim for greatness. And milk is the performance enhancer that can help get you to your goal. Trusted by athletes and backed by science, there's a healthy helping of greatness in every refreshing glass of milk. So let nature's original sports drink help quench your thirst for greatness. For more help finding your greatness, visit unbottled.com.
I decided to get vaccinated because I wanted to protect myself and my family and my customers from COVID-19. When I went to get my COVID-19 vaccine, it was an easy process, is readily available. Since I got vaccinated, I'm confident I'm protected against the COVID-19 virus. My life has returned to business as usual.
Welcome back to Holt Arena on the campus of Idaho State University in Pocatello. Brandon Bainey, Lance Taylor getting ready for the 3A state championship game. Sugar-Salem taking on Weiser. Let's introduce you to this Weiser squad. 11-1 record. Their only loss was to Homedale, and it was only by 8 points, 14-6. So they've got a pretty good team, averaging 41.5 points per game, only allowing 10.9, which is very outstanding. Let's take a look at the Weiser keys to victory tonight, Lance. Number one, beat the Diggers with the pass. See what we did there? Beat with 2 E's, because that's what Sugar-Salem.
They don't even grow beats in Sugar anymore.
I know.
Well, a couple things that, we know Weiser is very good at the pass, and that's the place, again, as we talked about on Sugar's side of it, the Sugar has had some weakness this year, is against that pass, and if there's any team that's going to exploit that, Weiser's the team with the ability to do so, and behind Tom Harrison. What a fantastic coach. He's done so much for football in the state of Idaho. They should name more than just Snake River's field after him. They should name a lot more fields in the state after him.
No doubt, and Brett Spencer might be the best quarterback that Sugar-Salem has seen all year long.
Yeah.
Has a commit from the University of Idaho. These Weiser keys to victory are brought to you by Weiser Memorial Hospital and Family Medical Center. The second key tonight for Weiser is don't lose outside contain. That's where Sugar-Salem is really dangerous, is when those running backs can get on the perimeter.
Yeah. Sugar-Salem is quick. In fact, the first score against Homedale last week was basically a walk-in out there on the perimeter, and a lot of it is due to the blocking. The blocking's very good, so you've got to get out there and you've got to match the scheme of what Sugar's running on the perimeter.
And the number 3 key for Weiser tonight is match Sugar's physicality.
Yeah, one thing we know is that Sugar's a very physical team. In fact, I had some Homedale people last week say, man, Sugar hit Teachlow like he's never been hit before. He might get occasional hits like that throughout games, but never as a whole package like that. Sugar hits very hard, and they are a very physical team. A lot of that comes from their defensive coordinator, Dan Benyon.
The Weiser Wolverines and their legendary head coach, Tom Harrison. He has won 10 state championships in the state of Idaho, Lance. He won a title at Raft River in 1986, and then, of course, 8 at Snake River in 1990, 95, 96, 98, 99, 2000, 01, 02. That is 7 in an 8-year span. And then he won a title at Pocatello as well in 2006.
Yep.
Now, he hasn't been at Weiser very long, and so even though Tom Harrison has a lot of success, Weiser as a team isn't used to being on this stage. Just 2 titles in school history, 1987 and 1997. That's it.
Yeah, well, and of course they made it to the quarterfinals last year. And they met Sugar last year in the quarterfinals. Last year Sugar won that game 34-8. So it's not like these teams are necessarily totally unfamiliar with each other. They do have the opponent of Homedale in common as well, and so there is some familiarity here, but Weiser is trying to build that program up. Well, no better person to do that than Tom Harrison. Of course, his son coached at Snake River as well. But what a great opportunity, I think, for Harrison to build another program.
Yeah, his son Jeb Harrison coaches at Snake River. They met for the first time ever in the quarterfinals this year in the playoffs. Weiser won 21-0.
Yeah, shut him out.
Jeb said, I thought I had my dad's schemes figured out. Turns out Pa still had a thing to teach me.
Yeah. Dad always has a few things in the back of that book. It's like that book the Book of Secrets that from the National Treasures, and stuff. And every coach always has kind of that book of secrets that nobody knows but them.
Right. The guy to watch for Weiser tonight, quarterback, defensive back Brett Spencer. He's completing 70% of his passes for 2,055 yards, 25 touchdowns, 740 yards, 11 touchdowns on the ground. And then defensively, 57 tackles and 6 interceptions.
Well, that's
the
thing. Spencer's one of those players that could be recruited as just an athlete every bit as much as a quarterback, because he is a tremendous athlete and can play both sides of the ball.
Those are the Weiser keys to victory, brought to you by Weiser Memorial Hospital and Family. Ready now for the opening kickoff here.
I think a key for both these teams as well is that if you had to add a fourth for each one, and you could say it every game, turnovers, avoid turnovers.
Definitely. Weiser won the toss, deferred to the second half. They will kick deep, and it will be a touchback into the end zone. A good boot there by Willie Schertz to start the proceedings tonight. Sugar will be working right to left here in this opening quarter of action. 1st and 10 from their own 20. Sugar-Salem wearing the white jerseys, white pants, dark blue trim down the sides, blue letters and numbers, black trim around on those white helmets. I always try to compare the uniforms to a pro or a college team so our listeners can get a visual. What do you think for Sugar? Who do they look like?
Oh,
kind of like Air Force?
They actually look more like the Baltimore Colts.
Yes. Yeah. Well,
than a college team. But
right.
Both. What the nice thing is you can read the numbers really well on both these jerseys. Sometimes that's a challenge.
Definitely. First in 10 from their own 20-yard line. They start with a handoff right side and only a yard gained. Coming through to make the tackle, Riley Willett. He's a great offensive lineman and defensive lineman for Weiser.
Yeah, that's Wyatt Harris on the carry. And oftentimes Wyatt's the one that they give it to the edges. He's not quite as stout as Carson Harris is. By the way, no, they're not family or anything like that. Ryan Harris on the team happens to be the brother of Carson Harris, whose name you'll hear tonight as well.
And Weiser has a pair of brothers, right? Brett Spencer and Brock Spencer at wide receiver.
Yeah, senior, sophomore.
Yeah, that's a good combo. 2nd and 9 for Sugars from their own 21-yard line. Daniel Neal out of a shotgun formation, tailback on his right hip. It's going to be an inside handoff again, nowhere to go.
Yeah, no hole opened up for Carson Harris this time. No hole opened up as he tried to go through that 2 gap on the left, or the B gap on the left, and got shut down quick.
Trenton Hawker, the first guy in there that time for Weiser. It's now 3rd and 9 for Sugar-Salem. Weiser wearing the red jerseys, white pants, red stripes down the side, white letters and numbers, white helmets with the red Weiser logo. They look just like the Wisconsin Badgers.
Yeah, as you said, almost looks like an Air Force-Wisconsin matchup.
Yeah.
You know, or maybe a Penn State-Wisconsin, but it's Royal instead of Navy.
Right. 3rd and 9 for Sugar. 2 receivers stacked on either side of the formation. Neal back to pass first time tonight, but before he can, play blown dead, a penalty flag.
Yeah, you can see the false start on the left guard on that particular play. Maybe others too, but he had false started for sure.
And you saw out there one of the defensive leaders for Weiser, Michael Youngberg, raising the hands, trying to fire up that Weiser crowd who traveled really well. They are opposite us here in the broadcast booth. We've got the Sugar-Salem fans directly in front of us as both sides are open.
I'd like to thank Ted Parkinson for giving us our live real-time stats tonight.
Yeah, it's going to be really fun, almost like we're at a college game.
Yeah.
3rd and 14 for Sugar-Salem now from their own 16-yard line. Neal back to pass, throwing over the middle. It's intercepted. That ball picked off by Brett Spencer inside the 10 and down for a first down for Weiser. Brett Spencer picked it off at the 25-yard line.
And that's one of the challenges that Sugar has when they start going a little bit deeper. Really those passes that are 10 yards and less are the ones that he's very dangerous at. And when they go deeper than that, kind of opens it up a little bit.
Spencer returns it to the 12, where it'll be 1st and 10 for Weiser, working left to right in this opening quarter of action. 10:09 to play, first quarter, no score. Weiser lines up, head off to Willie Schurtz off the left side, inside the 10, down to the 9.
Yeah, Schurtz ends up, and this is the thing. If they can get some chip yards on those plays, you pick up 3-4 yards each time. You're getting a first down every time that you step out on the field.
Schurtz takes it for a gain of 4 to make it 2nd and 6 for Weiser. Ball at the Sugar-Salem 8-yard line. What a start it could be for the Wolverines. And up the middle, this is Schurtz inside the 5, down around the 4. 3rd and short upcoming for the Wolverines.
We had talked about the interceptions, the 8 interceptions that Daniel Neal had thrown over the year. The 2 games where that was the most prevalent was their first 2 games. There was 4 in one of those games, and those are the 2 games that they lost. If he can stay out of that category for most of the game, give Sugar a very good chance.
Brett Spencer picked it off, and for as great of a quarterback as he is, he was an all-state defensive back last year for Weiser. 3rd down and 1. Schurtz has enough for the first down. Driven back at the very end by Sugar-Salem.
Yeah, it looks like he's going to be just short of that first down marker.
Wow, okay. I thought the forward progress gave him enough, but we'll see where they put that. Jarek Rammel came through and made the stop for the Diggers.
Yeah, it looks very, very looked just short out there. And I thought that maybe his forward progression had got him at 2. Yeah. Then I saw what the side judge came in at, and it looked like it was going to be just a little short, about a half yard.
Yeah, so officially 4th and 1. Ball is at the 3. They've got to get to the it's like the 3.5. They got to get to the 3 for the first down. It's a quarterback bootleg right side for Spencer. Trying to get to the edge, lowers the shoulder, has the first down at the 2.
Yeah, he definitely got the first down for sure.
And how about Brett Spencer, not afraid, taking Ryan Harris head on, lowering that shoulder.
So they're eyeballing it right now. They're going to call out the measurement.
Oh, wow.
He might not have got this.
Okay, well, while they measure it, Lance, let's thank a couple of our sponsors today.
At Title I, there's a difference, and we're proud to sponsor the Weiser Wolverines. We're a local title and escrow company with 5 locations in the Magic Valley, including right here in Weiser. The folks at Title I understand the significance of your investments, and their experienced staff is dedicated to walking you through the process for timely online title orders or property profile requests. Visit TitleOneCorp.com or call 208-414 1455. Go Wolverines. From everyone at Title I, there is a difference.
And Weiser easily picks up the first down, as we thought up here looking at it. So it'll be first and goal for the Wolverines with the ball at the Sugar-Salem 2-yard line. 8:32 to play, opening quarter, no score. Weiser threatening to change that. Spencer lines up under center, split backs behind him here. It's a quarterback sneak. Brett Spencer's in.
He gets in.
Weiser touchdown. From 2 yards out, Brett Spencer, 6-0 Wolverines, 8:23 to play first quarter.
Well, and really, if you look at this, that's the way you punish a team for turnovers. Anytime you throw an interception, things like that, you go down and score, and that's the way to do it. You have, on that drive, 3 rushes from Willie Schertz for 9 total yards. Spencer with 2 rushes and a touchdown. That's all it took when you get a pick that close to the end zone.
Brendan Olson with the point after kick. And it misses to the right. So 8:23 to play first quarter. The score remains 6-0 Weiser.
Han Packing in Weiser is proud to produce, process, and ship onions of superior quality. The fields in and around Weiser, along with a warm, dry climate, are perfect for growing the best onions you've ever tasted. From medium yellows and reds to super colossal yellows, Han Packing grows and delivers these sweet and wonderful onions for you to enjoy. Han Packing Company in Weiser is proud to support the local communities they serve and are proud of all the student athletes playing in tonight's game. Weiser Classic Candy and Deli is a proud supporter of Weiser Athletics. They want to wish the boys good luck at tonight's game, and they say, go get them, boys.
Well, go get them, boys is right. Brett Spencer intercepts a pass on Sugar-Salem's opening drive, and then he caps it with a 2-yard touchdown run, and it's 6-0 Weiser, 8:23 to play in the opening quarter of action.
That's very similar to what happened to Sugar 2 years ago here in the Dome when they started the state championship game against Homedale.
Line drive kick will be fielded in the end zone for a touchback. On the return for Sugar-Salem was Jonas Schulteis, and he thought that he had fielded it outside the end zone, but
yeah. Well, these teams have so many good, returners on their teams and so dangerous. It is a luxury when you have a kicker that can get it into the end zone and kind of take that out of play.
So 1st and 10 for Sugar-Salem from their own 20 again, working right to left still in this first quarter of action. And the last drive thwarted when on a 3rd and long, aided by a penalty. Daniel Neal forced one into coverage. It was picked off by Brett Spencer. So here we go, 1st and 10 for the Diggers. Split backs behind Neal under center. They will start with an inside handoff. And again, gain him only a yard. Carson Harris
on that. Ends up, and the thing is, Sugar will continue to run that in order to get their passing game going. They want to keep, any time, of course, that your running game is going, what you get is those, your outside linebackers coming in just a little bit, your safeties coming in a little bit, and that opens up your receivers. If you start hitting the receivers nice, then that starts taking them out and opening up your run game, and Sugar's going to have that mix in order to move the ball up the field.
Yeah, they'll set up the outside runs a little bit with that as well, right? 2nd and 9 for the Diggers from their own 21. It's going to be a handoff off the right side this time. On the carry is Caden Summers, and they faked it one way. Summers got it the other way and picked up 3.
Yeah, Caden Summers, his nickname is actually Sugar. But I always hate using that on the air because I think I'm specifically talking about the team rather than the individual. So Caden is perfect to use on this.
Caden Summers gets 3. It's 3rd and 6 for the Diggers from their own 24-yard line. 7:20 to play first quarter. Weiser up 6-0 here in the 3A state championship game. So another passing situation here. 2 receivers to the right, tight end to the left. Neal back to pass. Has time over the middle. Delivers a strike. And it's incomplete. Fell to the turf at the 38-yard line, 4th down.
Yeah, that pass was to Boyd Sorensen. Actually, very rarely that he has ever targeted in a pass like that. He's a defense is his main thing. He doesn't come in and play on the offensive line. So that was a pass that needed to be caught. When it hits your hands, it needs to be caught.
Boyd Sorensen, a great defensive end, was lined up as the tight end on the left side of the formation that time. And Neal delivered a strike, but a good hit by Weiser in the secondary ultimately knocks it out. So 4th down, Sugar-Salem will punt. Weiser has 2 return men back at their own 40-yard line with 7:04 to play first quarter. Here's the punt, and that is a good one from Cooper Porter. It's caught at the 35-yard line. On the return, Malachi Scott And Malachi Scott returns it to the 44-yard line.
Yeah, brought down finally by the Diggers, number 21, Luke Aldrich. Luke Aldrich has a lot of special teams tackles this year. That's where he has shown quite a bit.
So 1st and 10 for Weiser now, working left to right in this opening quarter from their own 39-yard line.
Really impressive, the crowd that has turned out for this 3A championship game. Again, we expect a massive one. People who stay from this game for the next one, plus those coming in for the 5A.
Yeah, the 5A game, Rigby Highland, our second game tonight from Holt Arena. Spencer all day, lobbing it and caught at the 35, the 30, the 25, the 20, the 15, the 10, the 5, into the end zone. Michael Youngberg for a Weiser touchdown. Youngberg got a step on the defender. Spencer lobbed it up perfectly, and he ran right down that near sideline for the score.
Well, and again, that is where Sugar has had some challenges this year. That's been their weakness, is against the pass, and you put somebody on the run who could come out on a play-action play and can put it up to where his receivers can get it, and that's tough to defend.
That's a 61-yard touchdown pass to Youngberg, and now Rendon Olson on for the point after kick again for the Wolverines. Snap down, hold down. Olson's kick
Looks
is
good.
through. 13-0 Weiser. 6:44 to play first quarter.
Les Schwab in Weiser has been serving the community for 50 years, since 1971. Home of the best new tire warranty around, Les Schwab also offers additional services, including brakes, wheel alignments, tire balancing, and rotation, flat tire repair, and more. Conveniently located in downtown Weiser, let Les Schwab help you get back on the road safely. Doing it right is what we do best. Les Schwab in Weiser is proud to support the Wolverines in the playoffs this year. Farmers Supply Co-op located at 622 East Commercial in Weiser. Enjoy some delicious eats in the Farmers Cafe or fuel up your toys. Grab drinks, snacks, play the lottery, get a hunting, fishing license, ice, and supplies all in one shot. Hungry? They deliver. Find them on Facebook for specials and new arrivals. Locally owned and operated since 1935, Farmers Supply Co-op is a proud supporter of Weiser Athletics, and they want to wish them good luck in the playoffs.
So a 56-yard touchdown from Spencer to Youngberg, and now Weiser will kick off again. This time it won't quite get to the end zone. It's taken at the 2-yard line, now up the far side. A block, the 20, the 25, and out to the 30-yard line. A good return for Sugar-Salem there.
Jonah Schulteis on the return, and last year, for people who watched that championship game against Homedale, what happened in that scenario was Homedale was just blowing Sugar's doors off in that first half, and to end the first half, they kicked off after a touchdown, and Jonah Schulteis ran it all the way back, and that's kind of what started the comeback for Sugar.
Well, and 2 weeks ago when Weiser beat Snake River in that quarterfinal game, Brock Spencer returned the opening kickoff for a touchdown.
Yeah.
So there's dynamic returners on both sides. 1st and 10 for Sugar-Salem from their own 30-yard line, and a timeout taken here by the Diggers. With 6:36 to play first quarter.
MTE Communications provides phone and internet service to over 3,000 rural customers, including Weiser. MTE Communications knows that today's students are tomorrow's leaders and are rooting on the Wolverines at the state tournament. Dilly Dental has been providing you with the personalized quality dental care that you deserve since 2013. When you visit Dr. Dilly or Dilly Dental office, your smile is our top priority. They offer implants, crowns, bridges, in-office bleaching, and even Botox. Dilly Dental can meet the needs of your entire family at either of their Weiser or Oregon locations.
So out of the timeout, 1st and 10 for Sugar-Salem. You know, that hurts to have to take a timeout on the first play of the drive.
Yeah.
Before you can even really start.
And and Sugar actually had to take a couple timeouts last week early on as well, both the first and the second half.
So 1st and 10, inside counter play, missed tackle, and a big opportunity, bouncing to the outside, the 45, the 50, the 45, and brought down at the 40-yard line on the near sideline. What a run by Braden Shawcroft. Actually,
no, it's Carson Harris, number
Carson
40,
Harris.
number 40.
It looked like 10 initially as he popped up out of there. It's a slim 4. Yes, Carson Harris on the carry, and this is what we talked about. When Sugar gets to the outside, they're very dangerous in the run game.
Carson's about 5'6", and Braden Shawcroft's about 6'4".
That helps. Yes.
So there is a little difference between them, but that's what Carson can do for you, the sophomore.
Yes. So 1st and 10 from the Weiser 39. First time the Diggers are in Weiser territory. From the 39, curl route caught at the 35, up to the 33-yard line. Nice reception by Cooper Butikofer for the first time tonight.
Yeah, both the main receivers are named Cooper Butikofer and Cooper Porter. These two receivers I would put up with any receivers in the state if they're playing, if they were switching teams back and forth, I'd put them up there with any of them, meaning they would be great no matter who they played for.
And, of course,
very much like Spencer, quarterback.
And like Weiser has Brock Spencer and Youngberg, a good 1-2 tandem at wide receiver as well. So 2nd and 3 for Sugar from the Weiser 32. 4 wide, quarterback draw for Neal across the 30. It'll be 3rd down and 1 for the Diggers.
Neal has not been necessarily the most mobile kind of quarterback. He's not what you'd call a running quarterback, but those are the things he can do because he is a big quarterback. He's able to pick up those couple yards if they need it, on a 3rd down, 4th down situation.
I assume he doesn't run much because every play he runs over to the sideline to get the call from the coaching staff, and then he's got to run all the way back to the huddle.
By the way, Brett Spencer, 56 yards on the game and only one pass, one completion.
That 56-yard strike to Youngberg. It's a 13-0 Weiser lead, 4:40 to play first quarter. 3rd and 1 for Sugar-Salem at the Weiser 30-yard line. Neal back to pass, quick hitter, caught by Schulteis at the 30 and to the 25-yard line for a first down.
Jonas Schulteis, another one of those receivers that they'll use quite a bit. And now you're starting to see with Daniel Neal them going to the passes that favor him, that fit within the skill set that he has, those shorter kind of chip passes up the field, which is what worked against Homedale last week.
Well, they're in favorable passing situations, right? The interception was thrown on a 3rd and long.
Yeah. That changes the game a little bit.
Yes, certainly. 1st and 10, fresh set of downs for Sugar-Salem at the Weiser 24-yard line. 4 wide, 2 to either side. Neal, quarterback keeper again, up the middle, broke a couple tackles inside the 20, down to the 18.
Yeah, and Sugar might have got away with a false start on that play. It looked like Boyd Sorensen, who lined up as a fullback, had left just a little early in the backfield.
So they're using Sorensen a lot on offense here. That's something we've seen a ton of this year, but state championship game can't hold anything back.
Yep. Well, he has lined up as a blocker, as a fullback blocker this year on a number of occasions because Ryan Harris going out with that early injury would have been their main running back this year.
4 wide again on 2nd and 4. Screen pass right side, a good tackle at the 20-yard line. On the reception was Cooper Porter, and a great job by Weiser.
And that's a good loss of probably a good yard on the play.
And that was Brett Spencer making that open field tackle.
Well, we talked about what Spencer brings to the game, that he's a guy who plays both sides of the ball. And what that does, it makes him a great college recruit because he's not just a single position guy. He can come in and a team can look and say, hey, you know what, here's a guy, if he puts weight on, maybe we put him as an outside linebacker. If he's not, put him as a safety. You know what I'm saying? Those kinds of things are the things you can do with an athlete like that.
Like we said, all-state defensive back last year, and then his stock rose as a quarterback in the passing camps in the 7-on-7 summer circuit. That's really where his quarterback stock rose this past summer. 3rd and 6 from the 20, blitz by Weiser, throwing to the end zone. Schulteis caught at the 5, into the end zone for a Diggers touchdown, and he flexes the muscles as well as Weiser sent the blitz. Neal stood in and delivered, and that is a 21-yard touchdown pass to Jonas Schulteis.
And I'll tell you what, there were a lot of nervous Sugar fans down there after giving up 2 quick touchdowns right off the bat. Being able to get that there was big for Sugar-Salem.
So 2:45 to play in the opening quarter of action, and a chance to get a 7th point on the board here. Kyle Brunson, who they borrowed from that state championship boys soccer team, will come on for the extra point for the Diggers. And his kick right down Broadway. 13-7.
There are some neat stories with the kickers on both these teams that we'll talk about as this game goes on.
Yes.
Go
ahead.
Rain & Style is proud to be a sponsor of all high school sports. Rain & Style provides custom alternatives to make you and your animals stand out in a crowd. Use coupon code IdahoSports with your order and get 10% off now, whether you need collars or leashes for your dog, beautiful colors, colorful tack for your horses, or a cool gift or decor item for you. Rain & Style can help you out. Conveniently located in Boise, and products are custom made to your needs. Log on to rainstyle.com, grab life by the reins, and play hard tonight. So you can get yourself a dog collar
Yeah.
Made just to yours. So like the game or like the movie Dodgeball, when they came out, they got the wrong uniforms. You can wear one of those and have it custom made.
As long as I don't have to wear the rest of the ensemble, I think I'm all right.
Hey, let's go out. Let's get some Idaho Sports dog collars for ourselves,
Okay. That sounds like a plan.
We do have a bet going this weekend. We can always change.
I'd rather buy you dinner than have to wear a dog collar. 2:45 to play opening quarter. Sugar-Salem connects on a 19-yard touchdown pass from Daniel Neal to Jonas Schulteis. Kickoff goes through the back of the end zone for a touchback. 1st and 10 Weiser from their own 20.
Just to give you a couple things on these kickers. So Ryan Olson, the kicker for Weiser, 56 of 61 on extra points this year, 5 of 6 from field goals. He has 71 total points on the season. That is a ton of points. And, of course, when you go into most programs, particularly college and pro programs, and you wouldn't think this, you look up the majority of those teams, their leading scorers in their franchise history are typically kickers.
The kickers, that's right. Olson, a great kicker for Weiser, a team that averages almost 50 points per game, right? 41.5. Handoff on the right side. Actually, quarterback keeper on first down. Brett Spencer awfully close to the first down marker. I think he's got 10 on the nose, and that'll move the sticks.
Well, and now you start seeing the result of what happened with that pass that got out there. Well, what did it do? It brought your outside linebackers out just a little bit, brought your safeties out just a little bit. That opens up that middle for runs like that Spencer just did.
1st and 10 for Weiser from their own 30, working left to right for the final 2:25 of this opening quarter. Wolverines leading 13-7, seeking their first state title since 1997. Sandpoint is trying to do that tonight as well up at the Kibbie Dome in Moscow. They haven't won a title since 1997.
Well, and these kids weren't even alive.
Yeah.
when that was won.
1st and 10 out of the gun. Spencer has time, throws a sidearm pass. Too high, incomplete, double coverage, and a penalty flag comes out for pass interference. Schulteis and Trevin Holman were both in coverage that time for Sugar-Salem as Weiser was trying to go to Brock Spencer.
Yeah, very interesting call because the receiver had actually given up on the play because the ball was so high. And typically if they give up on it and don't at least make the attempt for it, you usually won't see that flag.
And so it's not pass interference, it's holding. Holding on the defense in the secondary.
Okay, so it was earlier on in the play then. Yep.
Before the pass was thrown.
Yep, and there's the right call right there.
Yep. With that, though, 10-yard penalty. 1st and 10 for Weiser now from their own 40-yard line. Spencer with 3 backs in the backfield with him. Handoff to Willie Schurz off the left side. Upended on the play by Ryan Harris after a gain of only 2.
Ryan Harris, one of those kids that we talked about that hits very, very hard when you come through that line. But I'll tell you what, for Willie Schurz, they've been giving him the ball. They're not afraid to put it in his hands, and so far he's done well when he's at it.
Well, I mean, Willie Schurz is a big guy, too. 5'10", 175.
Yeah, that's pretty stout. Pretty stout. 4 carries, 11 yards.
Yeah. 3 backs in a horizontal line behind Spencer. They'll dump it off in the flat this time. This is Youngberg breaking a tackle on that far sideline across the 45 to the 46-yard line. Michael Youngberg. It'll be 3rd down for Weiser.
Yeah, Cooper Butekofer out there. We talk about players that play both sides of the ball, much like Spencer does. Butekofer's another one of those. He's a very good receiver for Sugar, and he also is a very good defender on the field as well as an outside linebacker when in that outside linebacker spot.
1:25 to play opening quarter, 13-7. Weiser leading. 3rd and 4 for the Wolverines from their own 46. Spencer again. Out of the gun with 3 backs in the backfield with him. Spencer rolling out right side. Now dances back to the left. Will take off. He's got Greengrass to the 50 and slides down at the 45-yard line of Sugar-Salem for a 1st down.
Great recognition by Spencer on that play. He tried a little play action out to the right side. His receivers were covered on that play. He spins right back, and he had blockers that stayed home. They stayed home, and they gave him that block so he could go around the left side.
That happened last night in the 2A championship game, Westside against Firth. Firth was trying to rally late. Gage Vasquez, like he does, reeled off one of those big highlight reel passes downfield, but a couple of the linemen had already gone downfield because they thought he was going to take off and run. Yeah. So the play was wiped out. 1st and 10, and this play wiped out. A penalty flag on a false start against Weiser.
Yeah, and I think that one was actually on Spencer. I think he started to pull back before the ball was snapped. Just a little miscommunication there. Yeah, neither one of the false starts on either team have been just like egregious, obvious to everybody. It's just kind of one of those things you see, just a little nudge, a little early start here and there. I think that's what happened.
So 1st and 15 now for Weiser. Ball back at the 49-yard line. We talked about Weiser's head coach Tom Harrison and his very unique offense, unofficially dubbed the Snake T offense because it's like a wing T hybrid, and it was developed when he was at Snake River High. They call it the Snake T.
Tristan McNahill was the one that had that block to give Spencer that first down. It was so important.
On 1st and 15, Spencer going to take off and run off the left side. Will pick up the 5 yards they lost on the penalty to make it 2nd down and 10 for Weiser. Ball back at the Sugar-Salem 46-yard line.
What I like what Weiser is doing is they're making quick decisions in the backfield. They're not sitting around, which says, you know what, they've scouted Sugar. They know that, hey, Sugar's a team that tends to get good penetration into the backfield, raise havoc with your quarterbacks. Well, if you set your offense in a way where your decisions are quicker, you already know what you're doing, you know, that takes away that extra step that the defense has.
And that will be the final play of the first quarter. 13-7, Weiser leads after 1.
Jim Pike Company has been Weiser's top choice for all of your tax, bookkeeping, and payroll needs for over 30 years. When it comes to one of the most important aspects of your life or business finances, you want to feel confident putting it in the hands of someone you can know and trust. Jim Pike Company can do just that. They even offer extended hours during tax season, Monday through Friday, 9 a.m. to 8 p.m. to better serve everyone in town. Jim Pike Company is proud to support the Wolverines. When you're looking for a physician, Weiser Family Medical Center is here to provide you with personalized care in a friendly, caring setting. We take time to get to know you so we can better understand your healthcare needs. As Family Medical Center, you will find that our staff is committed to making sure you have access to the care you need when you need it. We welcome walk-ins and same-day appointments. We offer personalized family care with the convenience of a medical lab, x-ray, ultrasound, and CAT scan less than a block away. And they say, go Wolverines.
97 yards of total offense in that first quarter for Weiser, 75 for Sugar-Salem as the Wolverines lead 13-7. As we start the second quarter, we'll flip the field. Wolverines now working right to left in this second quarter of action, facing a 2nd and 10 from the Sugar-Salem 46. Spencer again lines up with 2 backs on his right side, 1 back on his left. There's 4 backs in a horizontal line. Spencer all day. Now will step up and run. Will break 1 tackle and will be brought down at the 41-yard line. And somebody lost a shoe out there too.
Yeah, it was number 51 that ended up losing the shoe out there. That's Braden Phillips. And I saw that come off. I wondered for a sec if it was a flag for just a sec, just the way it kind of rolled on the ground, but it wasn't yellow.
No.
It was red.
So Spencer scrambles for a gain of 5 to make it 3rd and 5. And again, you know, Ryan Harris was there at first contact, and Spencer was able to break that tackle, and otherwise it would have been a gain of only a yard. So 3rd and 5 for Weiser. Ball at the Sugar-Salem 41-yard line. 11:18 to play before halftime. Wolverines up 13-7. Spencer under center, 3 backs in a horizontal line behind him. They'll fake the handoff. Spencer now in trouble and dances out of 1 sack, but not the other. He's brought down all the way back at his own 45-yard line. That's Jarek Rammel coming through on the sack. Boyd Sorensen nearly got him the first time. Spencer got out of that, but Jarek was there and ready.
Well, that's one of the things. Jarek Rammel, one of the captains on this team. That's one of the things that he can do. And we talk about Sugar's ability to get into the backfield, and that shows you right there. You know, if your plays aren't quick release, quick to the outside, they can be tough to get stuff off.
Weiser tried play action that time, and Spencer ends up getting sacked for a loss of 10. They very generously mark his forward progress at the 50. He was really driven back to his own 45. Directional kick from Willie Schertz will be fielded on the near sideline at the 15-yard line by Schulteis up to the 25, and a good return to the 30, where it'll be 1st and 10 for Sugar-Salem.
So we were talking about the kickers for these two teams, and Kyle Brunson on the Sugar side of it, we talked about Weiser's. Kyle Brunson on the Sugar side of it had never put pads on until 3 months ago in his life. He came over from that soccer team. He's a very slight build. He maybe weighs 120 pounds at most. Is their second leading scorer on their soccer team that just won state. Those boys, of course, Contreras, their leading scorer, and he's the main kickoff guy. But he missed an extra point last week that put them in a position that Homedale could have potentially come down and won that game by 1 point on a touchdown, but then he kicked the field goal to make it a 2-score game.
16-7, right.
So we have some neat kicking stories between these two schools.
Yes. 1st and 10 for Sugar-Salem from their own 31-yard line. Neal back to pass, has time, floats it deep, caught at the 50-yard line, That's Cooper Porter up to the Weiser 40.
When you have someone that's had that kind of success, he hasn't only influenced his teams, he's influenced programs around the state who have had to play against them, who know what he does. It's pretty special.
And off to Wyatt Harris this time off the left side, and Harris will take it down to the 6.
Yeah, and that was Marco Garcia that came up and made that hit, and Harris was trying to get to that outside. Garcia came up and cut that off, and we talked about Harris's really need to get to that edge in order to turn that up. Garcia stopped that from happening.
3rd and goal from the 6 now for Sugar-Salem. And when you talk to people that know Tom Harrison, the head coach for Weiser, and you ask him yourself, what makes you so successful to win 10 state titles? He said, honestly,
Yeah,
you know?
and in this part of the state, you spend a lot of time going to mission farewells, homecomings, weddings, all of those things.
3rd and goal from the 6. Neal, a dart, incomplete. Would have been caught around the 2-yard line. Intended receiver that time was Jonah Schulteis.
Yeah, I think there was just a little bit too much mustard on that pass too. That was pretty hot. And sometimes when you've thrown an interception, sometimes that's the tendency when you come out, is you're afraid that, hey, if I don't bullet this in there, this might get picked off again. And sometimes you got to go through that adjustment period again of getting back to the speed that's correct for the game.
So following a 3rd down pass that falls incomplete, 4th and
your linemen are going to try to get that defender to commit right or left, so that creates a hole one way or the other. There was just no hole that time.
3 backs behind Spencer, play action again. Sugar-Salem bringing the rush. Spencer flings it off his back foot and throws it out of bounds. Nobody home. We'll see if they call intentional grounding or not.
I think he was, I don't know if he's out of the pocket or not. There was a receiver that you could say was in that general area. The ball ended up being
either way,
token for the fans, but
incomplete pass, 4th down. So we saw Sugar-Salem's been aggressive on the blitz tonight. The first time they did it, Weiser got that 56-yard touchdown to Youngberg, but the subsequent 2 times, Spencer was sacked and then basically had to throw it away.
Yep.
So 2 out of 3 ain't bad. 4th down, Weiser.
Isn't there a song that says that?
Yeah, was that Meatloaf, I think?
Yeah, I think so. 2 out of 3 ain't bad.
Fielded at the 20-yard line on the punt. This is Schulteis up the near sideline to the 30 again, where it'll be 1st and 10 for the Diggers. 4:05 to play before halftime. And now the script flips, Lance. Now this is still an important drive for Sugar-Salem to try and match this score. Neal rolling out right side, sling short, caught at the 39-yard line on the near side. And on the reception is Cooper Butikofer for a gain of 9.
Now what happened on that is you had double team for just a moment as Cooper Porter was coming off that side too on similar routes. Well, once Porter went straight and Butikofer cut out, Porter took the other corner
on that near sideline, so it stops the clock with 4 minutes to play before halftime.
Yeah, and I think you'll see them try to stay on the hash marks rather than in the middle.
Neal under center, offset I formation. Handoff off the right side, big hole. This is Carson Harris across the 50 to the 47-yard line, a 1st down for Sugar-Salem.
They'll stay on that right hash mark over there. It gives them that sideline potential. The worst you want to be if you're needing to stop
with 3:45 to play in the half.
Tonjes Brazilian Orem Dental Offices makes visits enjoyable and positive with 2 convenient locations in St. Anthony and, of course, in Ashton. Budget-friendly payment plans and family dentistry offered at such a great value. The offices of Tonjes Brazilian and Orem really is such a wonderful place to make your entire family's dental home. Tonjes Brazilian and Orem, caring family dentists, wishing the boys good luck in today's game. You can simply visit them at tbodental.com. Taylor Chevrolet is proud to support Sugar-Salem Athletics. Taylor Chevrolet has been serving the Upper Valley for over 90 years with excellent service and a stellar sales team. Taylor Chevrolet is the home of oil changes for life. That's right, buy any new or used vehicle and never worry about your oil again. Taylor Chevrolet is your Southeast Idaho auto dealer with a wide selection of Chevrolet, Buick, and, of course, the car that Brandon wants, a Cadillac. Come in today and get the vehicle you want with oil changes for life. Stop by their Rexburg location or visit their website at www.taylorchev.com. That's taylorchev.com. They've been in business for 90 years. I think vehicles have changed a little bit since David Taylor's grandfather started that business 90 years ago.
Yeah, and you talked about me wanting the Cadillac. Here's the funny thing, Lance. The first 3 cars I drove were Buicks. And same make and model, Buick LeSabre. I went from an 88 Buick LeSabre to a 90 Buick LeSabre to a 2001 Buick LeSabre.
Well, they're all GM products. You
Yes.
got Chevrolet, GMC, Buick, and Cadillac are all GM models. Of course, Pontiac used to be as well before they went out. But
my wife made fun of me for driving a blue hair car, and so I finally upgraded. 1st and 10. Neal taking a deep shot, has a man. It is incomplete at the 10-yard line. Butikofer looking for the penalty flag, didn't get it, and to be fair, he had a chance at the catch and couldn't hang on at the 10.
Yeah, he did, and I thought the defense was actually fantastic by Brock Spencer back there. Spencer waited, and he defended the ball more so than the man, and really, of course, the pass interference call has changed a little bit anyway, the rule, but I love the fact that he defended the ball and knew where the ball was. That saved you from picking up that pass interference call.
So 2nd and 10 for Sugar-Salem from the 47 of Weiser. 3:39 to play before halftime. Handoff right side. Carson Harris started right, worked his way back to the left, and takes it to the 41-yard line. It will be 3rd down and 5. Well, we'll call it 6 now for the Diggers.
Yeah, and after using that early timeout, Sugar-Salem does still have 2 left. And, of course, Weiser just took one. They've still got 2 left as well, so we do have the timeouts in play with just under 3:20.
13-7, Weiser lead. 3rd and 4 for Sugar-Salem. Ball at the Weiser 41-yard line. They've got to get to the 37 to pick up the 1st down. 2 receivers either side. Looks like Ryan Harris in the slot on the left side.
Yeah.
As Neal lines up in a shotgun formation with Harris on his right hip. Back to pass, throwing it to the perimeter far side. It's caught at the 35 to the 31-yard line for a 1st down. Looked like on the reception, Zach Doherty for the first time tonight. The tight end, Doherty, picks up the 1st down.
That Doherty also plays basketball as well.
A lot of these guys.
You get these smaller schools, particularly 3A, 2A, 1A, and boy, players play both sides of the ball. They play multiple sports.
2:30 to play before halftime. 1st and 10 for Sugar-Salem from the Weiser 31. 3 receivers right, single receiver to the left, middle screen. Caught by Schulteis inside the 30, down to the 27, where he becomes the meat in the middle of a Weiser sandwich between 2 defenders.
Yeah, he does, and I thought Weiser played that as well as you could really play that, considering they kind of got caught on their heels a little bit. They had a number of people in the backfield for that screen pass, but they recognized it quick, and so they had people come up from the secondary. Safety ends up making the tackle.
Yeah, and Carlos Arana, one of those guys that rushed and then recognized and peeled back to help make that stop as well for Weiser. 2nd and 7 for Sugar-Salem from the Wolverines 28. It's going to be a draw play left side. Carson Harris breaks a tackle, bouncing to the outside and stumbling to the 20-yard line for a 1st down.
One of the things Carson Harris does really well, too, is when he goes down, he's so short, he stops his knee from touching the ground. He ends up with an extra 3 or 4 yards by just kind of running on his hand that last little bit, because it looked like he'd be down a little short, and he ends up getting it by about 1.5 yards.
Yeah, very Barry Sanders-esque on that carry. 1st and 10 for Sugar-Salem. Ball's at the Weiser 20. We're down to 1:35 to play before halftime. Diggers trailing 13-7. 3 receivers right, single receiver to the left. Neal out of a shotgun here. They're in the red zone. Here comes the heat from Weiser over the middle and throws it too high and a little bit behind. And Brett Spencer actually in coverage was the guy who got a hand on it. They were trying to go to Cooper Porter.
Yeah, Cooper Porter just way too far off his shoulder and left it open for a potential pick if you don't get something. Now, I don't mind that play call if you're Sugar. I think it's a good play call because in this case, you weren't throwing into triple coverage. But nonetheless, you got to be on because even in single coverage, that pass can be picked.
Well, especially with Brett Spencer in coverage. He's so good. He's already come away with a pick in this championship game.
Well, and Harrison's got to look and be thrilled that he's got him back for 2 more seasons after this.
Yes. 2nd and 10 from the 20-yard line. 1:24 to play before halftime. 3 receivers to the right again. Neal rolling out, hit as he throws. It is caught by Porter at the 16-yard line, but man, the pass rush came heavy that time for Weiser, and a nice job by Michael Youngberg to knock Neal down as he released that ball.
Yeah, we're going to get a timeout. ProPete fertilizer is an enviro-friendly product that reduces leaching. ProPete can help replace organic matter back into the soil. Peat-bound nutrients release when plants need them. Carbon 90 Plus binds nutrients to the natural carbon of peat moss, encouraging steady plant growth for healthier turf with less mowing and thatch. ProPete is a great product for turf and ornamental applications. Uses range from lawns and gardens to shrubs and trees. ProPete wants to wish the Sugar-Salem boys good luck in the playoffs. Rain and Style is proud to be a sponsor of all high school sports. Rain and Style provides custom alternatives to make you and your animal stand out in a crowd. Use coupon code IdahoSports with your order and get 10% off now. Whether you need collars or leashes for your dog, beautiful colorful tack for your horses, or a cool gift or decor item for you, Rain and Style can help you out. Conveniently located in Boise, and products are custom made to your needs. Log on to raininstyle.com. That's REIN. InStyle.com. Grab life by the reins and play hard tonight.
So, 3rd and 6 for Sugar-Salem out of the timeout. Ball at the Weiser 16, 1:11 to play before halftime. 4 wide, 2 to either side. Neal back to pass, in trouble, sacked. Back at the 26-yard line, Riley Willett coming through to make the tackle for Weiser.
Now, Willett came in and just did a great job. He never gave up on the play, and that's what I like. Even when Daniel kind of brought his arm back just a little bit, like a little fake pass, he didn't carry. He didn't fall for it. He stayed on his path.
Riley Willett, one of the best two-way linemen in the 3A ranks. It's now 4th and 15 for Sugar. They're going to run the clock down, right? We're down to 40 seconds and counting, and probably take a shot. Why not? Even if you turn it over on downs. You know, Weiser's getting the ball at the 25-yard line.
Yeah, you're going to make him go the full field. And this, and if Sugar's not able to get into the end zone, here's 2 possessions where you moved the ball well offensively and then ended up with no points, and we get another timeout as well.
Sugar going to spend their final timeout, drop a play on 4th down with 26 seconds to play before the half.
Lava Hot Springs is your destination for a relaxing day away from it all. Just 10 minutes from McCammon and I-15. They're open daily from 9 a.m. to 10 p.m. 11 p.m. on Friday and Saturday, and are happily welcoming visitors to sit and enjoy their world-famous hot pools. The all-natural geothermal hot springs are always a warm 102 to 112 degrees. Their indoor aquatic center will open for the fall season beginning on October 1st, Friday through Sunday, and offers kiddie splash times on Tuesday and Wednesday morning. Lava Hot Springs is taking extra precautions to ensure your safety at this time and ask patrons to be respectful of others as you come and soak all your worries away. Check out lavahot.springs.com for more information. Crapo Trucking is locally owned and operated heavy haul trucking company situated right in St. Anthony, Idaho. Their office is located at 1908 East, 500 North, or give them a call at 208-624-3293. Being part of the community is important for Crapo Trucking, and they are proud to support all of the local schools and student athletes. And the crew wants to wish Sugar-Salem good luck.
4th down and 15 from the Weiser 25, feeling the heat. Neal hit as he throws, floats it, picked at the 10-yard line. Weiser on the return. It's Brett Spencer for the 2nd time tonight and returns it to the 29-yard line. So Brett Spencer, the senior, he's thrown a touchdown. He's rushed for a touchdown. He's got 2 picks on defense.
Well, and defensively, they end up getting in, put pressure on the quarterback, and then hit him as he's throwing. Those are the kind of things that happen.
So now Weiser with 14 seconds to go before halftime, 1st and 10 from their own 30, and they do have 2 timeouts to work with here. So we'll see what the old ball coach Tom Harrison has up his sleeve. So Brett Spencer picks off a pass for the 2nd time tonight with just 14 seconds to play before halftime. Weiser leading 13-7, and they get the ball to start the second half as well. Looks like Weiser might just kneel it down, or we'll see what they do here. Spencer under center, 3 backs behind him, and they'll kneel it down. And now a penalty flag comes out.
I think that might have been on Sugar. No, they're going to
false.
call it a false start. It looked like it might have been encroachment before the play. Maybe the defender was drawn off.
So false start against the Wolverines. 1st and 15 now from their own 25. And now Brett Spencer, they're telling him he's got to leave the game. So he'll trot over to the sidelines, and must have been an equipment problem of some kind. Not that it matters. I mean, they're just kneeling down the ball, so. It'll be Evan Haggerty instead to kneel it down. He fumbled it. And who recovered this? This could be big at the 25-yard line. I think they say Weiser got back on top of it. All right, well, I guess that shows me, Mr. Announcer Guy. Yeah, no big deal. Haggerty's in there to take a snap and fumbled the center quarterback exchange, and that will be the end of the first half. 13-7, Weiser leading at halftime. Before the halftime show, let's thank a couple more of our sponsors tonight, Lance.
Dallas Hill with Silver Creek Real Estate Group is Eastern Idaho's best choice for all of your real estate needs. Dallas Hill has the experience and expertise to give you the upper hand through every phase of your transaction. He focuses on helping people reach their goals when it comes to buying, selling, or investing in real estate. And Dallas will work hard for you. Visit him online at DallasHillRealty.com, or to start reaching your goals today, call Dallas directly at 208-710-9128. That's Dallas Hill with Silver Creek Real Estate Group, where helping people is my passion. He says, go Diggers, from Dallas Hill Realty. Pocock Trucking is based in Sugar City, Idaho, but sends trucks all over the western United States and Canada. Pocock Trucking is a full service, and by that they mean we do everything. They haul bulk commodities like feed, fertilizer, grain, and potatoes. They offer minor shop repairs and have a full-service lube bay. They grow potatoes, dairy quality alfalfa, and more. They can even sell you a used truck if you need one. Pocock Trucking's main office is in Sugar City, and their truck shop is located in St. Anthony. To find out more, go to PocockTrucking.com. Pocock proudly supports Sugar-Salem athletics and wants to wish the Diggers good luck today. Upper Valley Orthopedics is the Upper Snake River Valley's renowned state-of-the-art orthopedic and sports medicine clinic. Doctors Michael Larson, Kevin Lee, and Travis Torngren are all board-certified orthopedic surgeons treating all conditions of the shoulder, elbow, hand and wrist, hip, knee, foot, ankle, and sports-related injuries. Please call for an appointment at 208-356-9550 or request online at uppervalleyortho.com. Upper Valley Orthopedics in Rexburg is a proud supporter of Sugar-Salem athletics. Fall River Propane serves all the Upper Valley as well as Island Park with the highest quality, hottest burning propane at competitive prices. Our industry-trained and certified service staff offers more than 70 years of experience. Fall River Propane services all makes and models of propane fireplaces and stoves, and we install home comfort systems and on-demand propane water heaters. Fall River Propane is your service propane provider for homes and businesses. Check them out at fallriverpropane.com or call them anytime at 800-632-5726. That's 800-632-5726, fallriverpropane.com. Experience the difference. Sunglow of Idaho is located right in Sugar City on the fertile Snake River Plain. Sunglow is one of the the largest Idaho potato shippers and is a leader in the potato industry, known for their consistent quality. It's easy to offer the best when the world-famous Idaho russet potato is grown right there in your own backyard. They aren't bragging when they say Sunglow is potato country. Find out more by going to sunglowIdaho.com. Sunglow is proud to support the Sugar-Salem boys in the game, and they say go Diggers. Since 1963, Harold Harris Construction has been a family-owned and operated construction business serving all of southeast Idaho and western Wyoming. Harold Harris Construction proudly supports Sugar-Salem athletics and wishes the boys good luck at state, and they say go Diggers. At Stone Ridge Dental in Sugar City, Dr. Carpenter provides the patients with the most up-to-date dental treatment, including CEREC, that's CIRAC, same-day crowns, implants, and more. With their kind staff, family-friendly setting, and relaxed atmosphere, you and your whole family, including the kids, will feel comfortable throughout your visit. Stone Ridge Dental offers convenient hours to accommodate your business schedule. Call Stone Ridge Dental in Sugar City at 208-656-2000 to schedule an appointment today, or simply feel free to visit their website at www.stoneridgesmile.com. So it's stoneridgesmile.com.
Well, Weiser all smiles here at halftime as they lead 13-7 over the Sugar-Salem Diggers. And let's take a break, and we'll come back with the halftime show. We'll have the halftime stats and revisit our keys to victory for each team as we're at halftime. You're listening to the Idaho High School Football Championships and the 3A State Championship game on IdahoSports.com.
I can't believe we have to make this commercial.
It's ridiculous.
You'll think it's ridiculous too. Listen to this.
This commercial is about Well, it's about parents being rude at high school athletic events.
Ridiculous, right?
It gets worse. Studies show more than 75% of new high school officials are quitting because of bad adult behavior.
So now there's a shortage of refs here in Idaho, in almost all sports.
No officials means no more games.
Is that what you want for us?
Come on, parents.
It's time to grow up.
Cheer for your team.
Be proud of your children.
But stop being so ridiculous.
And don't make us run another commercial.
Because we will.
This message presented by the Idaho High School Activities Association and the Idaho Athletic Administrators Association, reminding you to always practice good sportsmanship.
You've heard it before. There is no I in team, but there is an I in dairy. Dairy foods are a great source of protein, which is vital for helping rebuild and repair muscles after exercise. So your body can be at the top of its game at your next competition. So grab some milk, cheese, or yogurt after you work out, train, or play. Yes, it's true. There is no I in team, but there is an I in win. For more help finding your greatness, visit unbottled.com.
It's time to start planning for back to school. That's why I got my kids vaccinated for COVID-19, so they can be protected from COVID when they're back in the classroom. Kids 12 and older can get vaccinated. The vaccines have been researched and tested. They're safe and they work. Getting vaccinated was quick and easy. You can walk into a pharmacy to get one. We got our COVID-19 vaccine, and I hope everyone will choose to get vaccinated too.
Get a free COVID-19 vaccine today. Find a location near you at covidvaccine.idaho.gov.
A hit in the morning, another between class, after school, and more before bed. Vaping sucks you in quick. Not to mention all the chemicals and health problems everyone's talking about. That's why thousands of teens are ready to take back their life their own way with My Life, My Quit. When you sign up with us, you'll get a free and simple quit plan that makes it easier to stop vaping. Visit mylifemyquit.com or text Start My Quit to 36072.
Dear Exit Strategy, all your pieces are in place. A tranquil lake, a serene sky, an emerald forest, a secret hideout. Thanks for being there just when I need you most. Always Toyota SUVs.
Every new Toyota comes with Toyota Care, our no-cost maintenance plan. Visit your local Toyota dealer today. Find yours at Toyota.com. Toyota, let's go places.
We're Valley-wide cooperative. For 100 years, we've been your first choice for residential and commercial propane, fuels, oils, and lubricants. We service HVAC, install water heaters, propane tanks, and accessories. And yes, we'll even deliver right where you need it. Because for us, serving is more than a job, it's a way of life. We are proud to employ your neighbors and to be a cornerstone of your community. We're Valley-wide. Yesterday, today, and tomorrow. We're here for you.
Perform, refuel, recover, repeat. It's the recipe for success in any kind of sport, and dairy can be a key ingredient in every one of those steps. Dairy foods supply your body with high-quality protein to rebuild and repair muscle, carbohydrates to help you refuel, and fluid and electrolytes to help you rehydrate. So your personal recipe for greatness can be perform, win, repeat. For more help finding your greatness, visit unbottled.com.
I decided to get vaccinated because I wanted to protect myself and my family and my customers from COVID-19. When I went to get my COVID-19 vaccine, it was an easy process, is readily available. Since I got vaccinated, I'm confident I'm protected against the COVID-19 virus. My life has returned to business as usual.
It is halftime here at the at Holt Arena on the campus of Idaho State University in Pocatello, the 3A state championship game. And at halftime, it's the Weiser Wolverines on top of the Sugar-Salem Diggers, 13-7. Sugar-Salem looking for their fourth consecutive 3A state championship. Weiser seeking their first state title since 1997. Inside the broadcast booth, Brandon Baney alongside Lance Taylor. Let's recap the first half scoring summary. Sugar-Salem's opening drive, they got the ball to start the game, and on a 3rd and long, Daniel Neal's pass over the middle was intercepted by Brett Spencer. That led to a Brett Spencer 2-yard touchdown run. The kick after attempt by Rendon Olson was wide right, and that left it 6-0 Weiser with 8:23 to play in the first quarter of action. Sugar-Salem gets the ball back. They go 3 and out. Weiser gets the ball, and on a blitz play, Sugar brought the house. Weiser beats it with a 56-yard touchdown pass from Brett Spencer to Michael Youngberg. Olson's kick was good this time, and it was 13-0 Weiser with 6:44 to play in the first. But from there, Sugar held the tide, right? They go on a long drive that's capped by a 19-yard pass from Daniel Neal to Jonah Schulteis. Kyle Brunson's kick was good. It was 13-7 at the end of the first quarter. Sugar-Salem twice in that second quarter went on long drives. Each time they came away with 0 points. First, it was a 23-yard field goal attempt by Kyle Brunson that missed wide left. And then just before halftime, the Diggers were driving again, and Neal throws his second interception of the open half, the second one by Brett Spencer on the defensive end, and that's where we're at halftime, 13-7.
Yeah, and it's I mean Sugar, if they look at things after the game, if they were to come out on the bottom in this game, you look and you say, hey, we had 2 good opportunities to score in the first half where we didn't. We had the one that we did score, but then we had 2 that we didn't score on, and the bottom line is those hurt. Those hurt. You have you get deep down, and if you can't convert, you can't win a ball game. Because obviously, no matter how good your defense is, at the end of the game, whoever scores more points on the board wins. And if you can't capitalize, it puts you in a really tough position.
Let's revisit our keys to victory here, Lance. We'll start with Weiser, as they're the team that's leading at halftime. It's brought to you by Weiser Memorial Hospital and Family Medical Center. The first key, beat the Diggers with the pass. 56-yard touchdown, they did that.
Yeah, to start the game, that's exactly what they did. Since then, not as much. But right off the bat, they showed where their strength was, and that was it.
Second key, don't lose outside contain. They've done it maybe once or twice, but really for the most part, Carson Harris hasn't had those outside running lanes.
Yeah, and Carson's been going straight up the middle, and Wyatt Harris has tried to get to the outside on a couple different occasions, and they've cut him off. It's been Garcia that has come up and forced him to turn up where he's got help.
And key number 3, match Sugar's physicality. When they're trying to run at the middle, a lot of times it's for a yard or 2. And that's it.
Yeah. They've stepped up. They've matched the physicality. But the most important thing for Weiser is they've gotten in the end zone. If you look at overall stats, Sugar has more passing yards. Sugar has more rushing yards in the game. But 13-7 is your score because Weiser's been able to convert, and they've had some short fields.
And the 2 takeaways by the Weiser defense.
2 takeaways, that's right.
So I would say Weiser 3 for 3 on the keys to victory, a big reason why they're leading at halftime. Sugar-Salem's keys to victory now, brought to you by Dallas Hill Realtor. Helping people is his passion. 208-710-9128. Key number 1 for Sugar-Salem, defend the pass. They have blitzed a couple of times, and they allowed the one big play, but otherwise they've done a pretty good job.
Yeah. Other than that one big play, which was huge because it was a touchdown. Other than that, they've defended the pass very well. I think they'll continue to do that in the second half.
Second key, D-line pressure. So the first time they gave up the big touchdown, the second time they sacked Spencer for a big loss, third time basically forced him to throw it out of bounds. So 2 out of 3 ain't bad, as we said.
Yeah, and they're doing, and again, it was the one possession that they didn't that has been really a big difference in this ball game.
So third key, be pass perfect. I think that's the one area where Sugar has been short so far.
Yeah. Obviously, 2 interceptions have hurt them, and then there's been a couple of missed passes too that could have been significant. If the passes would have been caught, there was one that hit Boyd Sorensen right in the numbers to start out a tight end pass, and he didn't catch it. There's one down by the end zone with Jonas Schulteis down there that didn't get caught either. In fact, that was on the possession where they ended up missing the field goal, and so you end up with nothing out of that possession either. So, again, I think both teams are living for the most part to their keys. It's just who's been able to convert.
If Weiser's 3 for 3, I would say Sugar maybe like 1.5 out of 3.
That's right. Yeah, that's right.
Those are the Sugar-Salem keys to victory, brought to you by Realtor Dallas Hill.
Dallas Hill with Silver Creek Real Estate Group is Eastern Idaho's best choice for all your real estate needs. Dallas Hill has the experience and expertise to give you the upper hand through every phase of your transaction. He focuses on helping people reach their goals when it comes to buying, selling, or investing in real estate. And Dallas will work hard for you. Visit him online at DallasHillRealty.com. Or to start reaching your goals today, call Dallas directly at 208-710-9128. That's Dallas Hill with Silver Creek Real Estate Group, where helping people is my passion. And he says, go Diggers from Dallas Hill Realty. Rain and Style is proud to be a sponsor of all high school sports. Rain and Style provides custom alternatives to make you and your animal stand out in the crowd. Use coupon code Idaho Sports with your order and get 10% off now. Whether you need collars or leashes for your dog, beautiful, colorful tack for your horses, or a cool gift or decor items for you, Rain and Style can help you out. Conveniently located in Boise, and products are custom made to your needs. Log in to raininstyle.com. That's R-E-I-N, raininstyle.com. Grab life by the reins and play hard tonight, they say. Lava Hot Springs is your destination for a relaxing day away from it all. Just 10 minutes from McCammon and I-15. They're open daily from 9 a.m. to 10 p.m., 11 p.m. on Friday and Saturday, and are happily welcoming visitors to sit and enjoy their world-famous hot pools. The natural geothermal hot springs are always a warm 102 to 112 degrees. Their indoor aquatic center will open for the fall season beginning on October 1st, Friday through Sunday, and offers kiddie splash times on Tuesday and Wednesday mornings. Lava Hot Springs is taking extra precaution to ensure your safety at this time and asks patrons to be respectful of others as you come and soak all your worries away. Check out lavahot.springs.com for more information. And again, they're asking us all to be respectful. So Brandon Bainey, when you go down there, no European swimsuits.
I always mind my P's and Q's.
Pocock Trucking is based in Sugar City, Idaho, but sends trucks all over the western United States and Canada. Pocock Trucking is full service, and by that, we mean they do everything. They haul bulk commodities like feed, fertilizer, grain, and potatoes. They offer minor shop repairs and have a full-service lube bay. They grow potatoes, dairy quality alfalfa, and more. They can even sell you a used truck if you need one. Pocock Trucking's main office is in Sugar City, with their truck shop is located in St. Anthony. To find out more, go to PocockTrucking.com. Pocock proudly supports Sugar-Salem athletics, and they want to wish the Diggers good luck in today's ball game. Upper Valley Orthopedics is the Upper Snake River Valley's renowned state-of-the-art orthopedic and sports medicine clinic. Doctors Michael Larson, Kevin Lee, and Travis Torngren are board-certified orthopedic surgeons treating all conditions of the shoulder, elbow, hand and wrist, hip, knee, foot, ankle, and other sports-related injuries. Please call for an appointment at 208-356-9550 or request online at uppervalleyortho.com. Upper Valley Orthopedics in Rexburg is a proud supporter of Sugar-Salem athletics. Crapo Trucking is a locally owned and operated heavy haul trucking company situated right in St. Anthony, Idaho. Their office is located at 1908 East, 500 North, or give them a call at 208-624-3293. Being part of the community is important for Crapo Trucking, and they are proud to support all of the local schools and student athletes. The crew at Crapo Trucking wants to wish the Sugar-Salem boys good luck in today's ball game.
We're just about ready to start the third quarter. The highlights from the first half: Brett Spencer, 2 interceptions, a touchdown run from 2 yards out, and then the 56-yard touchdown pass to Youngberg. Sugar scored on a 19-yard score from Daniel Neal to Jonah Schulteis. And if you want to see all of those plays, this is an audio-only broadcast, but if you want to see those plays, we've got them for you on the Idaho Sports Instagram account on our stories. So you get to actually see these magnificent plays that have happened. Just go to the Idaho Sports Instagram account, like us, follow us, and you'll see all the big plays from the second half of this game and the 5A championship tonight as well.
Right now, the rushing yards for these two teams is 41 rushing yards so far for Weiser, 98 rushing yards for Sugar right now. No one has broke that 100-yard dash, but again, what's the difference? Being able to get into the end zone.
It will be Sugar-Salem to kick off to start this third quarter. Weiser leading 13-7. They'll be working left to right here in this third quarter of action and into the end zone for a touchback, where it will be 1st and 10 from the 20.
Well, and we get to see what adjustments each of these teams have made, at halftime. I think if you're if you're Weiser, you look and say, guys, we got to be a little bit better against the run game, because even though Sugar didn't score on those, we can't continue to give them position to score on those, because eventually they will. And so we've got to do a little better against the run game. And if you're Sugar, I think you've got to step up. You've got to address, 1, the turnover situation, 2, the lack of ability to convert when you are in the red zone, and 3, you've got to say, hey, listen, we have to stay strong against the pass in the second.
1st and 10 for the Wolverines. It is a quarterback keeper for Spencer, and Spencer only able to squeeze a yard out of it. First guy in there defensively was Boyd Sorensen for Sugar-Salem.
Yeah, he tried to follow Willie Schertz to the outside on that. It was designed. Willie had 2 guys come up on him and close that hole off really easy. And but you look at Spencer, he's so poised. And you see that poise because it's like, okay, I'm not going to try to do something then that's going to get me in trouble. So what does he do? He just kind of tucks it, sees what he can do straight ahead, and says, we'll live to have another play.
He lets the game come to him.
That's right.
So now 5 wide for Weiser on 2nd and 9 from their own 21-yard line. They've got a man in motion and false
That's
start.
the penalty right there. I believe that's going to be an illegal motion on them.
Yep.
Yeah.
They were trying to get Youngberg from the slot into the backfield.
Yeah. Well, and I think where the false start happened is he did a jab step forward to come back. I think that's what they saw.
I always wonder if it's designed or if he leaned forward and then tried to play it off like, I'm shifting to the backfield.
Yeah, but you could clearly see that, either a jab step or a lean forward. That's really where the call was. It wasn't on the motion itself to go behind the quarterback.
2nd and 14 from his own 16. Spencer steps out of 1 tackle. Now will take off and run the 20, the 25, the 30, the 35, and lowering the shoulder up to the 40-yard line. What a run by Brett Spencer. A gain of 24 and a first down.
Yeah, and even then he really wasn't tackled. Schulteis will get credit for the tackle because he came up and touched him, but he just kind of got grabbed by the turf monster as he got down there. Otherwise, he might have picked up another 15, 20 yards on the play. And he did have blockers, too.
Yes. It opened up all of a sudden, and again, Weiser shook off that first tackle. Spencer did on that last play, and that allowed him to get big yardage. 1st and 10 for the Wolverines from their own 40. 3 backs, handoff left side. Willie Schertz stood up by Ryan Harris after a gain of 3.
But Schertz is going to get 3 yards on the forward progression on that. Finally brought back. We've called Carson Harris's name offensively, of course, a lot tonight. He's got 88 of those rushing yards of Sugar's 98. But he's also a good defender. You talk about Brock Spencer coming back. He's just a sophomore. On the other side of the ball, you got Carson Harris coming back, too, just a sophomore. Those two have the potential to play against each other, for 3 of their years of high school.
2nd and 7 for Weiser. Play action. Spencer going to sling it. And too far in front, and a penalty flag comes out at the 40-yard line of Sugar-Salem for pass interference. They were trying to go to Caleb Grove, the sophomore, and he got kind of tied up out there.
Yeah, and it might even be a hold again. This was on Riken Clay as Clay. No, they're going to call it pass interference. He didn't have quite the speed to hang with that, and so instead he used his body to kind of slow him down. Just couldn't happen.
So it will be 1st and 10 for Weiser following the pass interference call on Sugar-Salem. Ball will be at the Diggers' 42-yard line with 9:51 to play here in the 3rd. And Weiser leading 13-7. Spencer will break the huddle. He's got 3 backs in a horizontal line behind him. Handoff left side, big hole. Youngberg hurdles a defender, still going to the 30 and down to the 29. A gain of 14 and a first down.
Well, and right now, in their first drive of the second half, they've got more rushing yards. Speaking of Weiser, they got more rushing yards than they did in the entire first half.
And a very impressive opening drive to start this 3rd quarter for the Wolverines, seeking that first state title since 1997, only the 3rd title in school history if they're able to complete it. Up 13-7 with 9:30 to play in the 3rd. 1st and 10 from the Sugar 29-yard line. Handoff right side and able to squeeze out a half a yard on that carry. Otherwise could have been a loss as Ryan Harris broke through the line. And on the carry that time was Brock Spencer.
Yeah, got in there quickly. I think you would have to say of all these 3A teams looking at them from last year to this year that Weiser is the most improved from last year to this year.
Yeah, I agree. Weiser comes in with just 1 loss. It was 14-6 to Homedale. Yeah. Sugar beat Homedale last week, 16-7. So using the transitive property, you would think, well, Sugar beat Homedale, Homedale beat Weiser, but That's why they don't play the games on paper. Weiser on 2nd and 10 from the 29, going deep for the home run ball, and it is incomplete at the goal line. Ryan Harris in coverage held up his hands like a basketball player, trying to say I was straight up that time. It's incomplete. They were trying to go to Malachi Scott. It's now 3rd and 10.
Yeah. Well, and I think, a lot of people will say, well, this team beat this team, so they should beat this other team based upon that. Well, you're talking two completely different dynamics. You're talking a Homedale team that is a heavy run team with Kinchlow, and that fits right into Sugar's defensive playbook, where Sugar has their strength. This week, Weiser's biggest strength is really where Sugar has had their most significant weakness on the year.
That's right, the passing game. Spencer under center on 3rd and 10, saw something with the defense and tries to sneak it forward, but, on 3rd and 10, he only gets 5 yards. Tell me what happened there, Lance. They had a spread formation, then he ran up to the line all of a sudden and took the snap.
Yeah, he actually only got 4 yards on it, but I think what they were doing, you're in this kind of no man's territory that unless you have a good kicker, you're not kicking a field goal here. It doesn't benefit you to punt the ball here. And so I think it's one of those that, guys, let's see if we can pick up 5-6 yards and then have a manageable 4th down. And if not, we turn it over on downs, and at least we're not in a bad position.
Okay, that makes sense. 4th and 6 for Weiser. Ball is at the Sugar-Salem 25-yard line. 8:10 to play in the 3rd. All the Digger fans start to get on their feet here.
I look to see Spencer probably run this ball.
He's going to sling it instead. It's caught at the 15-yard line, down to the 10, and inside the 10 at the 7-yard line. Brock Spencer on the reception for a 1st and goal.
Gets it right over the outstretched hands of Ryan Harris, who was in coverage for just a little bit and then pulled back. Went right over Harris's hands. Great reception, great pass.
1st and goal from the 7 now for Weiser as Brett Spencer finds his brother Brock Spencer for a gain of 16 on a 4th and 6 play over to that far sideline. So big opportunity now for the Wolverines. 1st and goal from the 7, leading 13-7 with 7:37 to play in this 3rd quarter. Spencer under center, 3 backs behind him. Handoff Willie Schertz inside the 5 and down around the 3-yard line, 2nd and goal.
Willie Schertz is a tough runner. He's proved it so far. I mean, and especially against a team, a defense that hits as hard as Sugar hits, and to be able to pick up the yards he has, particularly here in this first drive of the second half, Schertz is going to have to be reckoned with.
5-yard gain for Willie Schertz makes it 2nd and goal from the 2 for Weiser. 7:05 to play in the 3rd, and a 13-7 Wolverines lead. Spencer under center, 3 backs again. Schertz gets the call. Schertz gets well, not yet. They'll say down at the 1. I thought he had it, but Sugar-Salem pushed him back, and it's going to be 3rd and goal from the 1 now for Weiser.
Yeah, he ended up being stood up by Caden Summers right at the goal line. It looked from where I was that he was going to get in.
Yeah.
But Caden Summers kind of stood him up straight, and as it is, it's not even on the half-yard line. It's like on the 2-inch line.
Right. 3rd and inches, and a 3rd and goal from the inches yard line.
Yeah, we might see the same thing with Spencer that we did last time when he ran it in. Just get your line to push. And
hand off Willie Schertz, left side, and he's in for the Weiser touchdown. Spencer threw up his hands with the touchdown signal right after he completed the handoff because he knew right away that Schertz was going to get in. 19-7 Wolverines with 6:19 to play in the 3rd.
Great methodical drive, and they took advantage again of a couple penalties from Sugar. Holding penalty, pass interference penalty. Great run early on by Spencer.
Brendan Olson on for the point after try now, just a sophomore, one of the leading scorers in the state this year with all those extra points, and this one is through to make it 20-7 Weiser, 6:19 to play in the 3rd.
Fall River Propane serves all of the Upper Valley as well as Island Park with the highest quality, hottest burning propane at competitive prices. Our industry trained and certified service staff offers more than 70 years of experience. Fall River Propane services all makes and models of propane fireplaces and stoves, and we install home comfort systems and on-demand propane.
I don't know. I was going to go walk around, but probably not, actually. Okay, all right. So, no. You want his number? Yeah. Will you text it to me? Yeah, thanks.
Since 1963, Harold Harris Construction. has been a family-owned and operated construction business serving all of southeast Idaho and western Wyoming. Harold Harris Construction proudly supports Sugar-Salem athletics and wishes the boys good luck at state. They say go Diggers.
6:19 to play in the third. 20-7 Weiser lead here in the 3A state championship game. Here's another booming kick through the end zone. Touchback. 1st and 10 for Sugar-Salem from their own 20, working right to left. All right, now this is gut check time for the 3-time defending state champion Diggers.
Yeah, it's time to see what adjustments did you make at half, or the majority of the adjustments that needed to be made at half were really on the offensive side of the ball, and to be able to convert. And now they've got to make more defensively after giving up those kinds of yards in the first possession.
And what was most impressive about that last drive for Weiser that culminated in the 1-yard touchdown run by Willie Schertz was it took nearly 6 minutes off the clock.
Yeah, it did.
It took a lot of time off. We're down to 6:19 to play in the third.
Yeah, we're halfway through the quarter.
Neal under center movement. Both lines pointing to each other, and Weiser's defensive line sure seems to think that Sugar committed it, and it is a false start.
Yeah, that was on the center for Sugar-Salem. That was number 66, Ryan Bingham, the sophomore. Just moved a little early. I think there might have been a miscommunication on what the snap count was, because he went and nobody else went.
So Willie Schertz scored that last touchdown really from a couple inches out for Weiser. Friendly reminder, if you want to see all these plays, this is an audio-only broadcast, but if you want to see the big plays from this game, go to the Idaho Sports Instagram account and check out our stories, because we've got Logan Green down on the sideline shooting great highlight videos. It's all at our Instagram account, so go like it and follow it there. Liking and following the blocking this time is Carson Harris up the middle, across the 25 to the 29. And they're actually going to mark him back at the 27, but it'll be 2nd and short. Yeah,
Carson Harris has been a force to be reckoned with as well. He got stopped for short yardage gains on their very first possession. There was 2. Wyatt Harris ran one, got about a half yard. Carson had got stopped for no gain, and then they had the interception on that first possession. Since then, he's been very good.
Neal under center, split backs behind him. Handoff on the left side. This is a big opening. Carson Harris across the 40, up to the 45-yard line for a Diggers first down. Gain of 13 on the run by Carson Harris.
Isn't it nice not to have to deal with the weather in southeast Idaho this late in the season? It is very nice to have a dome to play in. I can't imagine having to play these games outside right now, although there is something fun about the weather with outside games, the playing in the mud and everything else. But from a broadcast standpoint, this is heaven.
It rained all day today in Pocatello. Would make it interesting, and almost on the cue, like a slick, muddy, wet field, it's Ryan Harris with his first carry, and he slips and falls right at the line of scrimmage.
Well, and Ryan was slated to be their main running back, their primary running back this year. In the second possession of their first game against Morgan High School, played for the state championship in Utah last night, by the way, at 4A. He ended up dislocating his elbow and set out the next 4 games, and it kind of forced his brother Carson really into that mix. And he had to learn the varsity game quick. He was coming up just a freshman last year, had to learn this game.
And now Ryan Harris occasionally sees time in the backfield, but mostly on defense. Neal throws, that's caught at the 50 and to the 48-yard line of Weiser. Caden Summers on the reception. It'll be 3rd down and about 4 for Sugar.
Caden Summers not used as much as their 3 primary receivers, those being Cooper Butikofer, Cooper Porter, and Jonas Schulteis, but he will step up and they will throw to him occasionally too, kind of like they do with Boyd Sorensen.
3rd and 3 for Sugar-Salem, ball at the Weiser 48-yard line, 4:10 to play in the third. Weiser leading 20-7. Neal under center again, split backs behind him. Hand off to Ryan Harris has the first down. That might be Carson Harris.
It's actually Carson, yeah.
Okay.
You'll notice Carson's a lefty, Ryan's a righty. So Carson carries it in his left arm in the strong side, and Ryan tends to carry it on his right.
Well, and Ryan's got that big pad as well.
He does, yeah.
Protecting that elbow.
Yeah, he does.
So first down for Carson Harris to the 43-yard line of Weiser, where it's 1st and 10 for Sugar-Salem, 3:50 to play in the third.
These are both a couple little farming communities, and we were reading an ad earlier that we'll read again from Weiser about the onions grown out in that area. Yeah. And when it is harvest season for them, those onions actually smell fantastic. They don't smell like you would think an onion's going to smell. It's very sweet.
1st and 10, handoff to Carson Harris up the middle across the 40 to the 38-yard line, pick up a 5. To make it 2nd and 5 with 3:20 to play in the third.
Well, and for Sugar, what are they doing? Same things they gained yards on in the first half. The difference is they weren't able to capitalize when they got down in these positions. And when you take that much time off the clock, I mean, between two possessions, the starting one for Weiser and this one for Sugar, we might only have 2 possessions in this third quarter.
And if they don't get a stop, then they're going to have to hope for a takeaway of some kind. Get the ball back. 2nd and 5 from the Weiser 38. Carson Harris again makes a man miss at the 35. Takes it to the 32. Weiser thinks he fumbled at the end of the play. Brett Spencer trying to say, hey, that's our ball. Carson Harris says, no, I'm still on top of it, thanks. It's 3rd and inches.
So 3rd and inches, this is often, where you'll see Daniel Neal with his size, end up carrying the ball, just kind of following his line to get into the first down side of things. You haven't seen Sugar or Weiser use a timeout at this point of the ball game. It's been a very cleanly played second half, just by and large anyway, and just they've been able to take time off the clock.
Yeah, only a couple of penalties so far in this second half. 3rd and inches at the 33-yard line of Weiser. Neal under center. It's a play action. Neal going to throw it in the flat right side. It's caught by Wyatt Harris to the 25, down to the 24 for a first down. How about that play call on 3rd and inches? Play action waggle, and Wyatt Harris picks up the first down.
Yeah, we've only called Wyatt's name a couple times tonight. He had the first carry of the ball game, and then he had a couple different times where they tried to get him to the outside, but was pushed up the inside by Garcia, and so now we see why he is so good when he gets to the edge. In this pass, he gets to the edge, picks up some significant yards after, but he's just been unable to get there.
1st and 10 for Sugar-Salem, ball at the Weiser 23. Hand off to Carson Harris. And Harris brought down after a gain of just a couple. Charging in on the tackle that time for Weiser was Peyton Albertson. And it's a gain of a yard for Harris on first down.
Yeah, we've called Peyton's name a couple different times tonight. He's actually played a very good ball game. He's one of those defenders, you look at him, and of course the Weiser team is very good at this defensively anyway, at staying home, and so that if a play gets, is misdirection or things like that, you're in position to make it.
1:10 to play before the end of the third quarter. This is Carson Harris to the 20, a gain of 3. It will be 3rd down and 7 for Sugar-Salem. And certainly for Sugar, you think 2-down territory here. I don't think down 2 scores, field goal probably out the window.
Yeah, I think so too, especially with how much time that Weiser was able to take off the clock in their first possession. You might only get another maybe 2 possessions in this entire ball game.
Inside 35 seconds to play in the third. It's 3rd and 7 for Sugar-Salem at the Weiser 20, trailing 20-7. Toss play left side. Wyatt Harris cuts back inside the 15, down to the 11. And enough for the first down. They needed 7. He gets 8.
Now, see, once again, they cut off the outside. You can see him going to it. They cut off the outside. This time it was actually cut off. It was Garcia again. Number 7 comes up, cuts that outside off. But this time he was able to keep that speed and momentum going and slip a few tackles to pick up the first down.
Yeah, good field vision by Harris that time to cut it up. It's now 1st and 10 from the Weiser 12. 10 seconds to play third quarter. This will be the final play, barring a penalty. Neal being chased. Completes it at the 10, far side the 5, and diving into the end zone for a Sugar-Salem touchdown. Cooper Porter from 12 yards out. With 1 second to play in the third, Sugar-Salem gets the score.
So it is, it held true. 2 possessions in the entire third quarter, 1 for each team.
Yep. And so it's a 12-yard connection from Neal. He threw the 2 interceptions. It's now his 2nd touchdown pass of the game. This time from 12 yards out to Cooper Porter. And a very important point after kick coming up here for Kyle Brunson. So again, Weiser missed their first PAT, so we'll keep an eye on that. This could bring it to within 6. Snap down, kick on the way. It's through, 20-14. Weiser, 1 second to play in the third.
Well, of all the things you know, Brandon, one thing you might not know is the Sunglow of Idaho is located right in Sugar City on the fertile Snake River Plains. Sunglow is one of the largest Idaho potato shippers and is a leader in the potato industry, known for their consistent quality. It's easy to offer the best when the world-famous Idaho russet potato is grown right there in your own backyard. They aren't bragging when they say Sunglow is potato country. Find out more by going to sunglowIdaho.com. Sunglow is proud to support the Sugar-Salem boys in the game, and they say go Diggers. At Stone Ridge Dental in Sugar City, Dr. Carpenter provides the patients with the most up-to-date dental treatment, including CEREC, same-day crowns, implants, and more. With their kind staff, family-friendly setting, and relaxed atmosphere, you and your whole family, including the kids, will feel comfortable throughout your visit. Stone Ridge Dental offers convenient hours to accommodate your busy schedule. Call Stone Ridge Dental in Sugar City at 208-656-2000, or to schedule an appointment, you can just simply go to their website at astoneridgesmile.com.
Another kickoff, another touchback. 1st and 10 for Weiser from their own 20 with just 1 second to play here in the third. We got a great game here, 20-14, Weiser leading.
We do. Really, the only difference from holding serve right now, as far as the scoreboard goes, is the missed extra point by Weiser to start the ball game. Other than that, on the scoreboard, they've held serve with their scores, getting the extra point. We start to see fans now coming in. I've seen some people with some Rigby hats on and shirts, and they must be on the near side with Highland on the far side.
And all East Idaho 5A championship battle. This place will be packed
tomorrow.
And a handoff right side to start. Brock Spencer to the 25-yard line, a gain of 5, and it'll be 2nd and 5 for Weiser when we come back. But that's the end of the third. Wolverines 20, Diggers 14 here in the 3A state championship game.
Great physical run, by the way, by Brock Spencer to end that quarter. At Title I, there is a difference, and we're proud to sponsor the Weiser Wolverines. We're a local title and escrow company with 5 locations in the Magic Valley, including right here in Weiser. The folks at Title I understand the significance of your investments, and their experienced staff is dedicated to walking you through the process. For timely online title orders or property profile requests, visit TitleOneCorp.com or call 208-414-1455. Go Wolverines from everyone at Title I, where there is a difference. Hahn Packing in Weiser is proud to produce, process, and ship onions of superior quality. The fields in and around Weiser, along with a warm, dry climate, are perfect for growing the best onions you've ever tasted. From medium yellows and reds to super colossal yellows, Hahn Packing grows and delivers these sweet and wonderful onions for you to enjoy. Hahn Packing Company in Weiser is proud to support the local communities they serve and are proud of all the student athletes playing in tonight's game.
So we'll flip the field now as we advance to the fourth quarter. Weiser now working right to left in this fourth and final quarter. It is a 2nd down and 4, we'll call it, for the Wolverines from their own 26. Weiser, quick hitter, handoff right side, a gain of just a yard, and maybe not even that.
The side judge has him losing about a half yard.
Yeah, that was Shirts on the carry and several Diggers in on the action. It looked like Ryan Harris again was kind of leading the charge. And so no gain to make it 3rd down and 4 still.
You know, there's a lot of good names out there on the field that we could do in the old Chris Berman style. You know, like we could call Shirts, Shirts' name on there, and we could, Jack with his colorful shirts with 3 yards.
3rd and 4, Spencer going to keep it. Stumbling across the 30. Speaking of Chris Berman, rumbling, bumbling, stumbling up to the 33-yard line.
That's right, except for he's not a lineman.
Right. Right.
As you look at that play right there, though, by Spencer, I think that was designed for him to run. Go ahead, head out, play action to that side, but be looking for the run more so than the pass. As soon as he saw that he had that one-on-one defense against Ryan Harris, or run-on-one run against Ryan Harris, he went ahead and took it because he didn't need a lot for the 1st down.
So 1st and 10 for Weiser. 11 minutes to play in the ball game from the 33-yard line of Weiser. They'll hand off left side this time. Again, Willie Shirts.
A name we have not called defensively a lot tonight for Sugar-Salem has been Boyd Sorensen. He's that kind of next level type of player for them, but they've obviously scattered him out from a Weiser perspective, and he has had some challenges defensively tonight.
And Weiser continuing to just run that clock down. We're down to 10:30 to play in this 3A state championship game. 2 receivers stacked to the left side this time, 2 receivers to the right. Spencer back to pass, rolling out right side, slings it sidearmed over the middle, caught by Brock Spencer at the 40, makes the man miss up to the 45-yard line, and finally brought down at the 47. That is a gain of 11 and a 1st down.
Well, and that hasn't only played out on the football field. That has probably played out in the front yard and backyard and a few other places over the course of their lives.
Well, with Thanksgiving, right, coming up next week, I'm sure the Spencer family going to have a little two-hand touch.
Yeah, well, you got to, of course.
Yeah, it's a tradition. Brock Spencer, that time on the route, just found the soft spot in the zone and sat down and caught it and picked up the first down. Great job. 1st and 10 for Weiser from their own 47. It is a handoff up the middle. This time Willie Schertz for just a yard. And mixing it up for Sugar on the tackle that time. Looked like the first guy in there was Caden Summers, actually.
Yeah, and Caden has actually carried a lot of that first hit load for Sugar. Sugar is kind of a gang tackle team that once that first tackle or first hit happens, the rest come in on it. And he's been the first one there a number of times tonight. Again, they've kind of, I mean, I'm not saying they've taken Boyd Sorensen out of the game, but they've made it very, very tough on Boyd to be a big factor.
9:30 to play in this ball game. 2nd and 8 for Weiser from their own 49. Spencer back to pass. Rolling out right side, points his finger downfield, now throws it backside. It's intercepted at the 45-yard line by Jace Sund. No, double check. Yeah, Cooper Butikofer with the pick at the 45-yard line. Spencer tried his Patrick Mahomes impression, pointed upfield like he was going to throw the deep ball and tried to throw it instead sidearmed underneath. And Butikofer was there for the pick.
Yeah, and I think if you're Spencer on that is really one you would like back. You'd like to say, man, I should have just kept running with this and just taken the result, of the run on that play. Instead, guys sling it. And it wasn't an over-top pass either. It was a sidearm pass. And Cooper Butikofer, it's almost like it was just supposed to be to him.
Well, we talked about how the Sugar defense was probably going to need a takeaway at some point. 1st and 10 from their own 45. Hand off to Carson Harris up the middle. Takes it to the 49 for a gain of 4.
The Weeble Wobble. I'm going to make several shirts for these players here. I've got to make one for, I have a screen printer at home. I've got to make one for Spencer as really the juggernaut, both sides of the ball, and just call it deadly, And then of course, you have Weeble Wobble because he is so tough to bring down.
The question is will he understand that reference?
Oh, he will, because I'll tell him.
Yeah, right. 2nd and 6 for Sugar-Salem from the 49. Carson Harris across the 50 to the Weiser 46-yard line. It'll be 3rd and 1 for Sugar-Salem. With 8:30 to play in this ball game, and Weiser leading 20-14. That missed extra point looming large right now.
Yeah, finally brought down by Riley Willett, who was able to get in there and take him down on that. And those are those plays that again you get from Carson Harris, where if he's able to pick up 3-4 yards even, that keeps the chains moving.
8:10 to play, 3rd and 1. Quarterback sneak for Neal. He gets it to the 45.
Oh boy, it's close. They might be just a little bit short.
Yeah, look at that. They're going to signal.
If they go near side official, I think he gets it. If they go far side, I think he's a little short.
Either way, might call for the measurement here to see.
No, it's going to be short. It's 4th down. And I really was surprised. It didn't look like Sugar was really giving a big push there at the line. It was kind of like, well, Daniel, just kind of take care of it, pick up the yards. But really, they didn't have the push that they needed on that.
7:35 to play. 4th and inches at the 46-yard line. Sugar down 6. Neal under center, offset I formation. Hard count, trying to get Weiser to jump. Now he'll look to the sideline and get the real play with 7:20 to go. And now Sugar will take the timeout to talk about it. With 7:20 to go, Sugar-Salem down 20-14, facing a 4th and inches at the 46-yard line of Weiser.
Yeah, and this isn't necessarily a bad spot to take your timeout now. You haven't blown any early on, so you're doing okay. Weiser Classic Candy and Deli is a proud supporter of Weiser Athletics and wants to wish the boys good luck at tonight's game. And they say, go get 'em, boys. Les Schwab in Weiser has been serving the community for 50 years. Since 1971, I was a year old. Home of the best new tire warranty around. Les Schwab also offers additional services, including brakes, wheels alignment, tire balancing and rotations, flat tire repair, and more. Conveniently located in downtown Weiser, let Les Schwab help you get back on the road safely. Doing it right is what we do best. Les Schwab in Weiser is proud to support the Wolverines in the playoffs this year. MTE Communications provides phone and internet service to over 3,000 rural customers, including Weiser. MTE Communications knows that today's students are tomorrow's leaders and are rooting on the Wolverines at the state championship game.
So here we go, 7:20 to play in this 3A championship game. Weiser leading 20-14. Sugar-Salem has the ball. It's 4th and inches at the Weiser 46-yard line. They've got to get to the 45 to pick up the first down. Daniel Neal under center, two backs behind him. Everybody on their feet here at Holt Arena. Handoff left side. Wyatt Harris, second effort, gets him the first down. Initially, he was stopped short, but he kept the legs churning, stretched forward, picked it up.
It was actually Carson Harris that had that on that. And
now we'll see. Sugar-Salem fans not happy with the spot. They're going to call for the measurement here.
And remember, there's no instant replay in high school football. So you either get it or you didn't.
And maybe the knee was down when he stretched forward. It's hard to tell in the pile like that, but here we go. This is a big measurement coming up on 4th and inches for Sugar-Salem. They will stretch it out, and he got it. 7:16 to play, 20-14, Weiser leading. And you get the feeling now, 1st and 10 for Sugar at the Weiser 45. You feel like this is their last best chance.
Yeah, you really do. At this point,
score,
they've got a first down coming up to try and do something big and keep their drive alive. I think what you'll see for Sugar, I say do something big. What I mean is keeping the drive going, potentially scoring. You haven't done a lot of passing, speaking of Sugar, in the second half.
They really haven't. Neither side has. Inside counterplay to Harris. Took too long to develop. And Weiser's there to make the tackle right at the line of scrimmage. Willie Schurtz in on the stop.
Yeah, it took way too long to develop on that. The defense was already primarily in the backfield at that time. So getting back to the line of scrimmage was actually, for Wyatt Harris, your best case scenario there, because it could have gone for a loss.
So Wyatt Harris on the carry. And now, the game's going really short. 6.5 to play. 20-14, Weiser leading. It's 2nd and 10 for Sugar-Salem. Ball at the Weiser 45-yard line. Neal under center, split backs behind him again. Will fake the handoff. Neal gonna go over the middle. It's caught at the 35-yard line. That is Butikofer for a first down.
Yeah, they're gonna give it to him on the 34.
So a gain of 11 from Neal to Butikofer. 6:03 to play, 20-14 Weiser, but a 1st and 10 for the Diggers with the ball at the Weiser 34. You can just feel the tension in Holt Arena. Both sides kind of holding their breath here because it's such a tight game. Neal under center, split backs again. Handoff right side. This is Harris. And again, not much sledding inside that time.
We know it's going to be Harris. We just always have to see which one.
Yeah, Carson Harris. And in on the tackle, Riley Willett for Weiser, no gain. So 2nd and 10 for Sugar-Salem. Ball at the 34-yard line of Weiser. 5:20 to play in the 3A state championship game. It's 20-14, Weiser leading by 6.
It doesn't get more traditional than red versus blue.
Right.
That is as traditional as it gets.
Neal under center, split backs behind him, play action fake. Neal over the middle, it's intercepted at the 30-yard line. Riley Willett, but then he fumbles, and it's recovered by Sugar-Salem at the 31-yard line. Caden Summers recovers the fumble. Willett intercepted it, fumbled it on the return, and Summers recovers for the Diggers.
And that will be a first down because it was a change of possessions. It took a fumble, so that's 1st and 10.
Oh, my goodness.
Boy, talk about a play of events that didn't even really change the field position of who's going to keep it. All it changes is the down.
It changed my heart rate. I'll tell you that.
I saw coming up here, there's one of those fibrillators, you can smash the glass out and take it. Yeah, that was and what a great interception by Willett. He just stepped up. He had to reach to get it, stepped up and got it, started on his run, and it got kind of punched out from behind.
Yeah.
And then was picked up on the run by Summers. Sugar is lucky that Willett didn't keep that ball and keep the possession for Weiser, and Weezer's lucky that Caden Summers picking it up in stride wasn't able to run for a touchdown.
Yeah, that was a crazy play on both sides. And again, if you want to see the big plays from this game, the highlights, again, this is an audio-only broadcast, but we've got video highlights of this 3A state championship game on the Idaho Sports Instagram account on our stories. All you have to do is like and follow the Idaho Sports Instagram page as our officials are discussing this play to make sure they've got everything correct. 4:58 to play here in this ball game.
Well, They're still showing second down on the marker down there. However, because it was a full change of possession with the interception that required a fumble now to get it back, it should be 1st and 10.
Well, the down marker is still back at the 34 as well. The ball is actually at the 32.
Yeah,
so.
yeah. Well, yeah, they've been meeting. They haven't talked to the chain gang yet. They'll get them and get it moved wherever it needs to be. But it will be a first down for Sugar-Salem, only 3 yards different from where they were before.
Right. And, a penalty flag came out on the far side as well. Sideline infraction or sideline warning against Sugar-Salem, and it will be Digger's ball. So how about, you thought that, Neal had thrown his 3rd interception.
Yeah.
And for Weiser, you kind of felt like, all right, that may be the play. But then, the ball bounces funny sometimes. And can Sugar-Salem take advantage of this second shot?
Well, and 2 of those interceptions were quite crucial ones. One was kind of a little bit of a Hail Mary towards the end of that first half, which sometimes happens. But you had one on that first possession, giving great field position to Weiser. And really, you look right now, that's the difference in the score on the board right now is a turnover, a touchdown as a result of a turnover. And of course, this one was, really scary too. It just ended up back in their hands. Remind me of a college play that I saw earlier this game that I'll bring up here in just a minute.
1st and 10 for Sugar-Salem from the 31 of Weiser. 4:40 to play in this ball game. Carson Harris across the 30 to the 28 for a gain of 3.
Yeah, we see some really good college teams in this area. You got Boise State, University of Utah, BYU, Utah State. Earlier on this year, BYU was playing Arizona State in Provo, and an interception got thrown by the quarterback. One of the defensive ends grabs it, heads all the way down the field, was getting ready to go in, and Tyler Algier, the running back for BYU, goes and punches it out, and BYU's quarterback recovers it again and then goes down. So you see stuff like that happens at every level.
Pretty wild stuff. 2nd and 7 for Sugar from the 28-yard line of Weiser. Sweep play right side. This is Cooper Porter lowering the shoulder inside the 20, down around the 17-yard line. Porter on the end-around play that time from left to right. First down for Sugar-Salem.
Cooper Porter is a tough defensive assignment when he gets his speed going. You saw that right there. He's bigger than either of their backs are, either their running backs, speaking of Wyatt and Carson Harris. And so that's a tough defensive assignment. So really the tackle on the outside, it came from number 8, Brock Spencer. That was a tough tackle because there was a hard collision on that play.
1st and 10 for Sugar-Salem from the Weiser 17. 3:35 to play in the 3A state championship game. Weiser leading 20-14. Handoff right side. Carson Harris nowhere to go. Got back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. Willett in on the stop. Xander McElroy was in there as well for the Wolverines.
Well, and with the struggle that Sugar has had with their passing game, what you notice now is, a lot of those bigger yards that Carson Harris was picking up earlier, well, now what's happened? The linebackers have come in just a little bit. The safeties have come in just a little bit, and they're really kind of selling out on that run and saying, listen, we're not going to let you beat us here on the ground. Beat us through the air. Beat us through the air, and that's really what you're seeing. I think possibly what you might see is now they've opened up the left side of the field up here on the right hash mark. You might see Wyatt Harris.
Carson Harris got a yard. 2nd and 9. Neal back to pass. Throws. Caught at the 10. On the near side. Spinning inside the 5. Ryan Harris down to the 2-yard line. So they throw it to Ryan Harris on the right side. Carson Harris. Yes, 40. Sorry.
They're 44 and 40, so it is tough to see.
Yeah. Well, and plus it was in that far corner of the end zone where all the fans were standing. I had to stand to take a look at the play as well. So yes, Wyatt Harris on the Carson Harris on the reception, down to the 3-yard line, where it will be 1st and goal for Sugar-Salem. 2:40 to play in this ball game. 20-14. Weiser a tenuous lead here in the 3A state championship game.
Marco Garcia in on that touchdown-saving tackle down there as well. That took a couple guys in on that.
1st and goal from the 3-yard line. Neal under center. Split backs behind him. Handoff left side. Carson Harris down to the 1. 2nd and goal.
And it might be about the 2 even. I think they came back just a little bit. They went with the far side line judge, or far side judge, and he had it on the 2.
Yeah, you're right. And now if you're Sugar, you don't mind taking a little time off the clock here. We're down to 2 minutes to go. Trailing 20-14. It's a 2nd and goal for Sugar-Salem at the 2-yard line.
Well, it's such a double-edged sword for Sugar because, you take this time off, don't give them much time to score after if you're able to punch in. But if you don't, you don't have any time to get the ball back either.
That's true. Gamble. It's a handoff right side. Sugar-Salem in for the touchdown. Carson Harris off the right side from 2 yards out. We are tied at 20. And the biggest kick of Kyle Brunson's life coming up with 1:43 to play.
He's been true on his 2 extra points so far this game, but he missed his field goal attempt.
Tied at 20, and Kyle Brunson a chance to give the Diggers the lead with just 1:43 to play. Out of the hold of Cooper Porter. Weiser going to try and block it. We'll see, though. And Weiser looked like they jumped. They blocked it, but they jumped.
They jumped. That was an encroachment.
I don't think the Weiser fans realize it yet. But
yeah, in fact, the reason why he got so deep to block it was because he was already in between the center and one of the tackles by the time the ball was snapped.
Trying to time the snap, right? And honestly, if I'm Weiser, I'm doing that again.
Absolutely.
Because you know they're just going to continue to kick it, and you can only keep moving it a couple inches.
Yeah, well, that's it. You're only half the distance to the goal on each of those penalties.
So if I'm Weiser, I'm trying to time the jump again. Again, Kyle Brunson on for the point after try. We're tied at 20 with 1:43 to go on a 2-yard run by Carson Harris. This could give Sugar-Salem the lead. Awfully long time now. High snap. It's down. It's blocked. Weiser blocks the kick. It was a high snap that was doomed from the start. Weiser got through and blocked the extra point. And coming through to block it for the Wolverines, Braden Phillips, the sophomore. We remain tied at 20 with 1:43 to go.
And unless Weiser can come down the field and score, we'll see in the state playoffs the 3rd overtime in 2 weeks, if that was to happen.
And correct me if I'm wrong, Lance, but didn't last year's 3A championship between Homedale and Sugar-Salem, that came right down to the wire as well, right?
Well, and so did the first year. So if you go back in the previous 3-year history of the state championship game, which was Sugar and Homedale, each of those times, the first one, Homedale had it on the 1-yard line, and Sugar stopped them 3 times to win that ball game. The second one, it was kind of a blowout. Sugar really came out and just laid it down. And then last year, it came down to a final play as Homedale threw to their tight end who had not missed a pass all game long, and it went right off his hands in the end zone for Sugar to win that game. So Sugar's used to these championship games that are close, and anything can happen. And now if you are Weiser, you've got to do the things that it takes to get down the field, but what you don't want to do is give up a turnover or something like that, which could be hampering too. So stay to your strengths if you're Weiser. Stay to your strengths.
1:43 to play in the 3A championship game, tied at 20. Here's the kickoff from Sugar-Salem. It will float into the end zone for a touchback. 1st and 10 for Weiser from their own 20, working right to left. Brett Spencer going to do his best Tom Brady impression here.
Farmers Supply Co-op located at 622 East Commercial in Weiser. Enjoy some delicious eats in the Farmers Cafe or fuel up your toys. Grab drinks, snacks, play the lottery, get a hunting, fishing license, ice, and supplies all in one shot. Hungry? They deliver. Find them on Facebook for specials and new arrivals. Locally owned and operated since 1935. Farmers Supply Co-op is a proud supporter of Weiser Athletics, and they want to wish them good luck in the playoffs, or specifically in the championship game, or even more specifically on your final drive of the 4th quarter in a tight ball game in the championship game.
Tied at 20, 1:43 to go. Weiser's got to go 80 yards. They have 3 timeouts to work with. They start with Brett Spencer up the middle, across the 25 to the 27-yard line, a gain of 7.
This is 3 possessions in a row where the very first play of that possession has been Spencer keeping the ball for a run.
It's a good way to start the tempo, I think, of a drive.
I think it is, too.
2nd and 3. Spencer rolling out right side, slinging. Overshot his man at the 40-yard line. Looking for the out route that time to Malachi Scott. It's incomplete.
Well, Cooper Porter dang near
picked
that.
Yeah, Porter was around the 30. The pass was going to the 40, and it kind of whizzed right by him.
Yeah, he stuck his hands up. I don't know if he was able to even slightly touch it or not. Had he have been, it would still been tough because it was really whipped out there with a lot of hot sauce on it.
1:22 to play in the 3A championship game, tied at 20. 3rd and 3 for Weiser from their own 27. Quarterback keeper for Brett Spencer, bouncing to the outside, makes a man miss, and takes it up to the 35-yard line. Nice juke move that time by Brett Spencer to pick up 7 and a first down.
Yeah, it actually should have been Butekorfer with the tackle on that, but he kind of juked him out, turned him up, and ended up in the hands of Ryan Harris, but Ryan didn't even get him down by himself, as Boyd Sorensen had to come up and make that hit from behind.
Weiser trying to run the hurry-up offense here. We're down to 1:05 to play. They still have all 3 timeouts. 1st and 10 from their own 35. 2 receivers either side. Spencer, run play again, up to the 40, stretching out to the 44-yard line. Now the clock will stop when Weiser picks up a first down. They only got 9 yards that time, and because of that, they're going to spend their first of 3 timeouts with 57 seconds to play.
Yeah, as you say, remember, they've got 3 timeouts, and Sugar still has 2 timeouts, so now 2 apiece. Dilly Dental has been providing you with the personalized quality dental care that you deserve since 2013. When you visit Dr. Deli at Deli Dental Office, your smile is our top priority. They offer implants, crowns, bridges, in-office bleaching, and even Botox. Deli Dental can meet the needs of your entire family at either of their locations. One, of course, in Weiser. Jim Pike Company has been Weiser's top choice for all of your tax, bookkeeping, and payroll needs for over 30 years. When it comes to one of the most important aspects of your life or businesses, finances, you want to feel confident putting it in the hands of someone who can know that you can know and trust. Jim Pike Company can do just that. They even offer extended hours during tax season, Monday through Friday, 9 to 8 p.m. That's 9 a.m. to 8 p.m. To better serve everyone in town, Jim Pike Company is proud to support the Wolverines.
57 seconds to go, tied at 20, 3A state championship game. It is 2nd down and 1 for Weiser from their own 44-yard line. Each side has 2 timeouts remaining. 5 wide, 3 to the right, 2 to the left. Spencer back to pass, has time. Now rolling out right side, reversing back. Now will take off and run to the right side, trying to get what he can. Penalty flag comes out as Spencer high steps out of bounds around the 40-yard line.
This might be a face mask against Sugar.
And that, I mean, on the yardage of the play, it lost 4 yards, right? The ball was at the 49. Spencer out of bounds, or the ball was at the 44. He's out of bounds around the 40. So this could be a big penalty. And it is a face mask, 5-yard incidental variety.
And that's
should be enough for a first down. Because the ball was at the 40. They needed to get to the 45 for the first down, and that's 5 yards on the penalty. So now it's 1st and 10 for Weiser from their own 45-yard line. 47 seconds to play.
Yeah, I believe that was Garrison Madsen with the face mask on that.
5 wide again for the Wolverines. Spencer back to pass, has time over the middle. It was tipped and then caught at the 40-yard line. Brock Spencer makes the reception.
Great pass. Wyatt Harris got the initial wrap on him, and then Cooper Porter brought him down. But what a great pass from Spencer. I'll tell you what, that's a college-level pass right there.
Brock Spencer to the Sugar 40. They'll spike the ball and stop the clock with 38 seconds to go. So it'll be 2nd and 10 for the Wolverines. Ball is at the Sugar 40-yard line, tied at 20. As we're getting close, Lance, we were talking about Rendon Olson, the kicker from Weiser. Can you bring up his field goal stats?
Yeah, that's what I was just looking at.
Yeah.
His field goal stats are 5 for 6 on the season. I do not have what the yardage was on those stats, but I believe, because I looked at it earlier, I believe his longest was a 40-yarder.
Okay, that's pretty good. They don't have to get too far to get in that range. Of course, they would love to get closer, but 38 seconds to go, 2nd and 10. Weiser back to pass. Plenty of time all day, floating it downfield. Penalty flag comes out, caught at the 25-yard line. That is Caleb Grove on the reception. We'll see what the call is.
Yeah, this is going to come back for a hold.
Looks like holding against Weiser. As it stands, a 15-yard gain to Grove, and again, penalties rearing their head on this final drive.
Yeah, they are. This might be against Sugar. It looked like a hold on the outside.
It is.
Oh, it is. It's going to be declined.
Weiser will take the result of the play, which is 15 yards and a first down to the Sugar-Salem 25-yard line with 31 seconds to go, tied at 20. Weiser still has 2 timeouts to work with as well.
And Weiser's offensive line has been playing fantastic on this drive.
5 wide, 3 to the right, 2 to the left. Spencer alone out of the gun. Since it's a first down, clock stops and now it'll run. 31 seconds to go. Spencer back to pass. Rolling out, right side, has time. Now going to take off and run off the left side. The 25, trying to get to the edge, the 20. Ducks out of bounds, right around the 15-yard line with 22 seconds to play.
And this is where you saw his speed and the speed of Ryan Harris, who was able to get up there. Most linebackers, he'd have been able, I think, to turn that corner up on and potentially even get down and score, if not get inside the 10-yard line.
And a timeout taken out by Sugar-Salem defensively with 22 seconds to go, tied at 20 in the 3A state title game.
Yeah. When you're looking for a physician, Weiser Family Medical Center is here to provide you with personalized care in a friendly, caring setting. We take the time to get to know you so we can better understand your healthcare needs. At Family Medical Center, you will find that our staff is committed to making sure you have access to the care you need when you need it. We welcome walk-ins and same-day appointments. We offer personalized family care with the convenience of a medical lab, x-ray, ultrasound, and CT scanning less than a block away. And they say, go Wolverines. Grand Peaks Dental offers a tentative, personalized and affordable dental care for the entire family. They are happy to see patients of all ages for your dental care. Grand Peaks Dental Clinics provide a relaxed and friendly atmosphere. They provide treatments that ensure you the best possible experiences for all of your dental needs. Visit their Rexburg or St. Anthony office today to meet our dental team. Everyone at Grand Peaks Medical, Dental, Behavioral Health, and Pharmacy would like to wish the boys good luck.
2nd and 1 for Weiser at the Sugar-Salem 16-yard line. Tied at 20, 3A state title game. 22 seconds to play. Weiser still has 2 timeouts to work with. Spencer, play blown dead before it can start.
Yep.
False start on that far side. So instead of 2nd and 1 from the 16, 2nd and 6 from the 21. Sugar-Salem has 1 timeout left. Weiser has 2.
That is correct. Sugar took the most recent one, and you know, when you're coming out of a timeout, that's hard to take if you're Weiser. You know, to come out, you've obviously drawn a play up. You've had time to talk about it. In fact, I've always felt in that situation that it helps the offense better than it helps the defense. But you come out and you end up with a false start on the play. Maybe someone just a little excited to start the play.
Yes.
I would not be surprised to see, even though they're paying a little bend don't break, to see Sugar throw a blitz in here.
22 seconds to go. Spencer, quarterback keeper, in trouble across the 20 down to the 17-yard line. And I think Weiser will have to spend their 2nd timeout here, and they do with 17 seconds to play.
Yeah, I think so.
3rd down upcoming for the Wolverines.
Tonjes Brazilian Orem Dental Offices makes visits enjoyable and positive with 2 convenient locations, one in St. Anthony and, of course, one in Ashton. Budget-friendly payment plans and family dentistry offered at such a great value. The offices of Tonjes Brazil and Orem really is such a wonderful place to make your entire family's dental home. Tonjes Brazil and Orem, caring family dentists, wishing the boys good luck in today's game. You can also visit them at tbodental.com. Taylor Chevrolet is proud to support Sugar-Salem Athletics. Taylor Chevrolet has been serving the Upper Valley for over 90 years with excellent service and stellar sales team. Taylor Chevrolet is the home of oil changes for life. That's right. Buy any new or used vehicle and never worry about your oil again. Taylor Chevrolet is your Southeast Idaho auto dealer with a wide selection of Chevrolet, Buick, and Cadillac models. Come in today and get the vehicle you want with oil changes for life. Stop by their Rexburg location or visit them simply online at TaylorChev.com. That's TaylorChev.com.
17 seconds to play. 3rd and 3 for Weiser from the 18. Spencer, pump fakes, rolling out right side. 12 seconds to go. Spencer nearly sacked. Back at the 30, will throw it out of bounds with 8 seconds to go. And now Lance, 4th down. Do they bring out Rendon Olson for the field goal with just 8 seconds to play?
Yeah, that's the thing. I think he would have about a 36-yard field goal, I believe, if he did. I think that's roughly where he would be. We'll see where they spot it, and, of course, we'll add 10 yards.
Well, at the 18-yard line, you add 17 for where they're going to hold it and snap it. And, 35-yard field goal for Rendon Olson, the sophomore.
Number 9, Sammy Gonzalez checking into the ballgame for this special teams play.
Biggest kick of his life with 8 seconds to go to try and give Weiser the lead. Snap down, hold down, kick by Olson on the way. No good. Wide left.
Goes to the left. So Sugar takes over. I think what Sugar will probably do here is kneel down the ball. If they don't, it's going to be because they're going to take a shot at the end zone. And you never know. Maybe they got one of those Statue of Liberty plays that Boise State ran years ago against or hook and ladders against Oklahoma. I don't see that coming.
Why risk it with the way they've turned the ball over? 3 turnovers tonight.
That's right.
I wouldn't risk it. I'd go to overtime.
Right.
Ryndon Olsen, the sophomore, a 35-yard field goal try with 8 seconds to go, pushes it wide left. And so with 4 seconds to play in regulation, tied at 20, Sugar-Salem gets the ball at their own 20-yard line.
Well, and the kicking game has played a huge role here. In these last 2 possessions, you get a mixed extra point that could have given Sugar the lead, that by Kyle Brunson, and then you get the missed extra point here, or pardon me, the missed field goal here by Ryan Olsen, and that gives us the game we have now with 2 seconds remaining and overtime.
Neil will kneel down, and we head to OT.
ProPete fertilizer is an enviro-friendly product that reduces leaching. ProPete can help replace organic matter back into the soil. Peat-bound nutrients release when plants need them. Carbon 90 Plus binds nutrients to the natural carbon of peat moss, encouraging steady plant growth for healthier turf with less mowing and thatch. ProPete is a great product for turf and ornamental applications. Uses range from lawns and gardens to shrubs and trees. ProPete wants to wish the Sugar-Salem boys good luck in the tournament. And ProPete has put theirs on the fields local to that area. Sugar, South Fremont, Ashton as well. They don't need to at Madison because they got a turf field. But where you usually have a mud pit by the middle of the season, in the trench in the middle, it looks just like it does on day one. It has driven those, driven the roots about 8 inches deeper on each of those. So anyway, just a little side note.
3A state title game. Sugar-Salem 20, Weiser 20. Diggers looking for their 4th consecutive 3A championship. Weiser seeking their first state title since 1997. We head to overtime. Lance, here are the rules. The 2 teams will come out for a coin toss. That will basically determine who gets to be on offense first and who gets to be on defense. From there, teams will start at the 10-yard line where they will have basically first and goal, and each team will get a possession. And we will continue to play subsequent overtimes until somebody gets a stop. And so, for example, if Weiser has the ball first in the first overtime, they would get the ball second in the second overtime, and they would continue to alternate. So here we go, the coin toss.
Got Lauren Jensen up here stealing my pop. Joke's on him. Little does he know I've been backwashing in it for the last hour.
Well, you haven't taken much off the top of it, so you can't be backwashing that much.
Well, it was 3/4 empty.
Oh, I see.
I'm just kidding.
Yeah, gotcha. Okay, so Lauren Jensen standing on deck, ready to go for the next championship game here from Holt Arena. That will be the 5A title game between Highland and Rigby. But first, we got a good old-fashioned overtime session to settle the 3A state title between Weiser and Sugar.
Well, we're going to have a major fan base here tonight. You see that the near side to us is almost fully filled in because Sugar, being the closer team of these two, had the largest fan base of this game. Now you have Rigby coming into this. You're going to have Highland going in on the other side. You see a lot of their fans. Plus, you got to consider that a lot of the fans from this game are going to stay for game number 2.
It is a sea of red across from us, Lance, because the Weiser and Highland fans both have the color red.
That's
They're both on that far side.
And you can see which one are Weiser and which one is Highland because Highland also has the black.
Yes.
So you get a lot of the black with the red. Of course, on the near side, it's Sugar Blue versus Rigby Maroon.
Yep.
So,
all right, here we go.
Interesting.
Lance, in overtime. And for Weiser, they led this game 20-7. Sugar-Salem was able to rattle off 2 unanswered touchdowns, 13 points unanswered. And again, you mentioned it, the kicks were big. Weiser missed the extra point wide right on their first touchdown of the night. And then Sugar-Salem, as they scored to tie the game at 20, potentially could have taken the lead, but the point after kick was blocked by Braden Phillips.
Well, and for 2 weeks in a row amongst all the school sizes, we now have a total of 3 overtime games. As last week in the semifinals, it was Rigby knocking off Meridian in triple overtime. It was Sandpoint knocking off Blackfoot in just 1 overtime with a 2-point conversion on that. And now Sugar-Salem and Weiser. It's going to be Sugar-Salem with the ball to start.
And they will be on the far end, so Sugar and Weiser will both go left to right here in this overtime period. So it starts at the 10-yard line. Opening play of overtime, Sugar-Salem batting first. Neal under center, split backs behind him, handoff right side to the 10 and down to the 7-yard line is Wyatt Harris. In on the tackle for Weiser, Peyton Albertson. A gain of 2, and it'll be second down from the 8.
Wyatt Harris, once again, tries to get out to that far side and turn the edge up. He gets turned up earlier and only able to pick up 2 yards on the run because of that. That has been defended very well by Weiser today, and we talked about that even in our podcast this week. We talked about him getting to the edge and that Weiser's done a great job on that.
Second down from the 8-yard line. Handoff up the middle. This is Harris. Carson Harris into the end zone for the Sugar-Salem touchdown. From 8 yards out, Sugar strikes first in overtime.
Now we got to see if Weiser goes for broke again on the defensive line on the extra point, like they did on the field goal attempt, because the field goal was actually about from this same position.
Yes. Kyle Brunson on for the point after try again. Kicking has been an adventure tonight for both sides. Trying to push the lead out to 7. Weiser blocked the last point after try of the Diggers. Cooper Porter to hold. Snap down, kick is on the way by Brunson, and he got it. 27-20, Sugar-Salem here in our first overtime, and now Weiser will need to score to try to force it to a second overtime.
Well, and as you look at this now, what are the keys for Weiser? Sugar came out, they scored on it. There's a couple things Weiser can do. I mean, one is you've got to avoid a turnover, period. You have to avoid a turnover. You've got to let your play give you a chance to get into the end zone. So don't get a turnover here. I think we see Spencer's legs a bit in this. I think that's a big one. And then with it, you look and you say, well, if we do get in, do we kick an extra point? Or do we go for 2 and go for the win?
They got to get there first. Now, I will
which
say,
is what Sandpoint did last week, by the way.
Yes. Sandpoint was running on fumes at that point, and they were like, it was almost like when Boise State played Oklahoma in the
Sure,
Bowl.
that's right.
And they said, we don't have the momentum. Blackfoot has all the momentum, and we got to win it or lose it right here. When you're in overtime and you're down at the 10, this favors the teams that can run the ball, which is Sugar-Salem. Weiser can run the ball, but their strength is definitely in the passing game. It's hard to pass when you're down at the 10-yard line. The windows get tighter.
Well, it makes it so it's harder to get away from your defenders,
Spencer under center, 3 backs behind him. From the 10-yard line here in overtime, Sugar-Salem scores on an 8-yard Carson Harris run. Weiser trying to answer to send it to a second overtime, and that play blown up back at the 13-yard line. Brock Spencer on the carry. In on the stop for the Diggers is Caden Summers.
Yeah, and the first one to get in and hit him was Cooper Porter, and then Caden came in afterwards and finished that off to allow him to not get any forward progression on that.
And they do mark the forward progress of Brock Spencer to the 11, so it loses a yard. It's now second down from the 11, and Sugar-Salem will spend their timeout. Each team gets a timeout here in overtime. Sugar elects to take theirs here.
Yeah. And nothing carries over. You can have 3 timeouts from the regular part of it. Doesn't carry over. You just get the one.
So we are in overtime in the 3A state championship game. Sugar-Salem got the ball first, scored on an 8-yard run by Carson Harris. And now it's Weiser's turn on offense. They lost a yard on their first handoff to Brock Spencer. It's now second down from the 11 for the Wolverines.
Of course, tomorrow this stadium will be pretty full again as 1 o'clock in the afternoon. 2 rivals play, Idaho State and University of Idaho. Both, of course, have their homes in a dome. Now, have you ever been in the Kibbe Dome?
I haven't yet.
So Kibbe Dome is opposite of this. See how this is a half dome, and the dome comes down in the end zones. Up in the Kibbe Dome, it's opposite. The field's the opposite way, so the dome comes down at the sides instead of the ends of the field.
Right.
Not that means anything.
2 championships at the Kibbe Dome this weekend, including one tonight. Second and 11. Spencer to the end zone. Broken up. Double coverage. It'll be third down from the 11. Tipping that ball away that time for Sugar on the coverage. It looked like it was Schulteis.
And he had to dive for that. Had he not have dove for that, that might very well have been a touchdown.
Tight window and double coverage. Again, like I said, it's hard to pass when you're down here near the goal line. And now on 3rd and 11, you got to think Brock Spencer's going to try and run and pick up what yardage he can to make it 4th and manageable.
Yeah,
right?
I mean, you would think he would have to, and he's been so effective in the run. He's from the line this time. They're coming back to him.
Spencer back to pass, pointing to the end zone, looking to go somewhere. He is set. Ball came out at the end, but they'll say he was down at the 15-yard line. And again, down near the goal line, there's just nowhere to throw it because all the lanes are covered, and Brett Spencer gets sacked back at the 15-yard line where it will be 4th down. And this is the ball game. This is the championship. We're in overtime. Sugar-Salem leading 27-20. Weiser has a 4th down from the 15-yard line. really the 14, and they need to convert this and get an extra point to send the game to a second overtime. And Weiser will spend their timeout here in this overtime period.
Andrew Chase was limping a little bit for Sugars. He was coming off the field. Actually, I couldn't tell if that was Andrew Chase or if it was Court Summers. They're both out on the field. One's 67, one's 57. When the jersey's wrinkled, it's hard to to tell what is what. And don't forget, folks, we still got another great game coming up tonight as well.
Yeah, so we have the 5A championship game, Highland and Rigby, kicking off when this one's finished. In about 15 minutes up north in Moscow at the Kibbe Dome, we have the 4A state championship game as Skyline takes on Sandpoint. Remember, they're an hour behind us in the Pacific time zone,
right.
So it'll be 7 o'clock in Moscow, 8 o'clock here. And then tomorrow, the 1A D2 championship, also from the Kibbe Dome in Moscow, 1 p.m. kickoff as Cary plays Kendrick.
Well, we were talking about how good the playoffs have been in the semifinal, quarterfinals, semifinals, and then again today. This has been a special year of football.
It certainly has. 4th down from the 14. They've got to get to the end zone. Spencer, back to pass, looking left side, throwing to the end zone, lobbing up, and penalty flag comes out. That will be pass interference as Spencer put a lot of air under that to his brother, Brock Spencer, in the far corner of the end zone.
In fact, it looked like it was going to go way deep out of bounds while it was in the air, but it came down in a catchable position because I don't think the officials are going to come out here and say, hey, that was an uncatchable pass. They do got a half the distance to the goal right here, but that pass interference, it saved them for another play.
Yes, it did.
That was 4th down.
And that's Brett Spencer to Brock Spencer. That's the kind of connection those brothers have. Hey, I'm going to throw it up for you, and I trust that you're going to make a play on it.
Well, and it's good. And from a size standpoint, Brock's got the advantage there because he's got Wyatt Harris on him down there in the corner. There's a size matchup, so if it becomes a jump ball, which really it was because it was kind of lofted, comes a jump ball, Brock's got the advantage.
So half the distance to the goal following the pass interference call on Sugar-Salem. Ball now at the 7-yard line. 27-20. Sugar-Salem leading in overtime. 4th down from the 7 for Weiser again. This is to try and send the game to a second overtime or possibly win it with a 2-point conversion. They've got to score first, though. Brett Spencer back to pass from 7 yards out in trouble. Evades the sack at the 15, slings it. Caught by Brock Spencer for the touchdown. He was almost sacked back at the 15-yard line, shook it off, threw it to his brother, Brock Spencer, and now does Weiser go for the extra point or the 2-point conversion?
Well, and not only did he get it, but the defense was fantastic, and he still caught it with a lot of contact on the defense. Looks like they're going to go for the 1 and live to play another one.
If they convert. Rendon Olson missed a 35-yard field goal at the end of regulation, missed his first point after kick. This is a big one to send it to second overtime. The kick is up.
Looks good.
And it's through. Yep. We will move to a second overtime, tied at 27 all.
So now we swap. Weiser will get the ball first, and Sugar will be playing defense.
We move to our second overtime, double OT from Holt Arena on a Friday night.
Oftentimes when you get in a college arena like this, high school games, sometimes even championship games, and I lived down in Utah for a lot of years where a lot of the championship games were held at Rice Eccles Stadium at University of Utah. And sometimes, you typically struggle to pack those stadiums for a high school game. And sometimes it's overwhelming because you don't get, even though it's bigger than a typical high school crowd, it seems so small in comparison to what a college stadium holds, and it can seem very underwhelming at times and almost not worthy of a state championship game. And but this tonight, when we get most of the crowd in here, and it's not like this is a big college stadium, but we're still talking about 13,000 seats roughly. And when you get a crowd like this in and the crowd that's coming up for the next game as well, it makes it that even much more special to be in a college facility where you're not underwhelmed by the size of the stadium.
And now, as you talked about, all those Rigby and Highland fans that have come in, this place is full, and it's interesting to see which side those teams will be cheering for. I have to imagine that the Rigby and Highland fans that are in here are cheering for Sugar-Salem, East Idaho Pride, and all that.
Yeah.
Weiser, as we mentioned, is the only team from the Treasure Valley still playing here on championship weekend. And so now we go to the second overtime again. Everybody working left to right here in overtime. And Weiser gets the ball first here in the second overtime period. They'll start at the 10-yard line on first down. Brett Spencer under center. Will hand off on a sweep. Left side, this is Youngberg. And Michael Youngberg will take it to the 6-yard line, gain of 4.
Yeah, Youngberg did a great job that time of following his blockers. You know, he didn't get it and just go full burst of speed. He waited for that hole to open on the left side, and once he saw it, he went ahead and went up through. And really, he's only carried it a couple times tonight, but he's done a good job when he has.
Well, and like you said, not a lot of volume, but big impact. He had the 56-yard touchdown reception from Brett Spencer to start the game as well.
That's right.
Spencer under center, 3 backs in a horizontal line behind him on second down from the 6. And up right side, Willie Schurtz down to about the 4, maybe the 3. We'll see where they spot it.
See, and that's one of the things that Willie can do for you is he's one of those that can fall for 2 or 3 yards, you know, when he gets it.
Looks like they're going to put it at the 4 where it'll be third down. We are in double overtime, tied at 27 here in the 3A state championship game. Weiser with the ball first. So third down from the 4-yard line. Weiser trying to score. Spencer under center. Handoff to Schurtz. Pushing the pile. He's in for the Weiser touchdown. 33-27 Wolverines. And again, looks like they'll come on for the point after kick. Believe it or not, that is Willie Schurtz's first touchdown of the night. Comes from 4 yards out here in double overtime. And a big kick again for Rendon Olson coming up here to try and push the lead out to 7.
And now with Ryan Olson, it's up. Looked good from our perspective. It is good.
So Rendon Olson makes that one 34-27. Weiser.
And now Weiser holds serve and Sugar has to come back.
And now it's the Diggers' turn working left to right. And this is where the advantage is to be the team that goes second because you know what you have to do, and you know that, for example, if Sugar were to score, they could go for 2 if they wanted to.
Yeah, and I mean, hence the Sandpoint game, you know, where they knew what they had to do.
Let me ask you, Lance, you know Coach Tyler Richens pretty well and his coaching staff. Is that the kind of thing they would do, or would they just take the kick and play for the third
I think
OC?
they would take the kick. Yeah. And that the reason why I say that is because I believe they have a lot of faith in their defense, what their defense can do. And, you know, it doesn't mean they wouldn't.
Right.
That's what I would expect.
Double overtime, Weiser leading 34-27, and now it's Sugar-Salem's turn. Neal will line up under center, split backs behind him from the 10-yard line on first down. It will be a play-action fake. Throwing, caught at the 5-yard line, making a man miss into the end zone for a Sugar-Salem touchdown on the first play. That's Carson Harris, the running back, with the touchdown reception. Well, that didn't take long.
No, and really, I mean, with the 3 interceptions in the game so far, I think if you're Weiser, that's the last thing you expect is for Sugar to throw a pass play there. I think you're going to think, hey, they're going to stay, keep it safe on that. They're going to keep it on the ground. So he got out there with single coverage. The block was a little deep, so he wasn't able to do that, but he was able to juke the man out of his step and then go into the end zone.
And now look at this. Everybody from Sugar-Salem huddled up on the sideline. Will they spend their time out here? Normally, if it was an extra point kick, they would just trot out and do it, which leads me to believe they may be keeping the offense out. And they are. How about this, Lance? Sugar-Salem's going to line up and go for 2 and the win here in the 3A state championship game, and they're going to take a timeout first to talk about it. And now we'll see if it's just head games and they bring the kicker out. But let's say they are going to go for 2 and they stay true here. What kind of play do you draw up, Lance?
You might almost draw something up similar to what you just did. I mean, again, if you're Weiser, you know you've got to have your outside linebackers in just a little bit should Carson Harris get through the initial front line, you know, and on a run. And so what does that do? Well, I'll leave your receivers open. You never know.
I will say with the ball at the 2-yard line, Weiser has shown tonight that running up the middle against them, not really fortuitous.
Well, particularly in the second half. In
Yes.
the first half, we did see some bigger runs there, but that was a good adjustment that Weiser made in half number 2, was the ability to stop that.
Do you gamble and try to get to the outside, thinking for one play you can beat them to the perimeter? I don't know. There's a lot of intrigue here. We're in double overtime.
Yeah.
Weiser leading 34-33. Weiser scored on their first possession of the second overtime on a 4-yard touchdown run by Willie Schurtz.
Yeah.
Rendon Olson had the kick to make it 34-27. Sugar on their first play from the 10-yard line. It's a 10-yard touchdown from Daniel Neal to Carson Harris. And now it looks like Sugar-Salem is going to go for the 2 and the win.
And you know, this might have been one of those. It possibly could have been one of those where Coach Richardson said, hey, guys, what do you want to do?
Right.
You guys tell us what you want to do, and then we'll tell you what you need to run. It might have been that scenario.
For the championship, a 2-point conversion here in double overtime for Sugar-Salem, and now Weiser will spend the timeout. This is like the end of a basketball game, Lance, where both teams are calling timeouts, seeing what the defense is setting up in, and the chess match continues.
Well, and it was very fortunate for Sugar that Weiser called that timeout because number 42, Doherty, had jumped a false start.
Yes.
And that would have definitely been called had that have been the scenario.
Tom Harrison, the veteran coach for Weiser, 10 state championships in his career, including 8 at Snake River in that time. Winning streaks of 54 and 34 games under Tom Harrison. That 54-game winning streak, longest in Idaho history, and at the time, believed to be the longest
in the nation.
Yeah. And so you've got a legendary coach in Tom Harrison trying to lead a new program, Weiser, to their first championship.
Well, and not only that 54, but he also followed that up also with a 34-game win streak.
Weiser looking for their first title since 1997. Sugar looking for their 4th consecutive 3A title. Again, from the 2, 34-33, Weiser in double overtime. Sugar-Salem lining up for 2 and the win. This is for the championship. Neal under center, split backs behind him. Will drop back to pass, throws, it is caught, and he's down. He's short, and the Weiser Wolverines win the 3A state championship as down a half a yard shy of the end zone on a waggle play on the near side is Harris. Actually,
yeah, it was Wyatt Harris.
Wyatt Harris.
Pardon me, not Wyatt, Carson Harris.
Oh my goodness, the Weiser Wolverines stop Sugar-Salem on the 2-point try, and for the first time since 1997, Weiser the top dog in 3A football.
Well, and for Sugar, in 2 of the previous 3 state championships that they've won, they've never had to make an offensive play at the end of the game to win the game. It's been their defense that has stepped up and did the stop. They did it on the first year on the 2-yard line against Homedale. Did it last year on a pass, incomplete pass versus Homedale. So this is the first time that Sugar's had to do that, and it was a gutsy play to go for it. And again, I'm a little more conservative. I would have preferred the kick, but they also have already blocked an extra point too.
Right. They tried the play-action waggle pass on the right side. Neal threw it to Carson Harris. He caught it at the 2 and tried to dive in, but he was brought down a half yard shy of the end zone as Weiser wins in double overtime, 34-33 over Sugar-Salem. We'll break out the paddles to get our hearts back up and working here, Lance.
That's right.
And we'll come back with the IdahoSports.com postgame show right after this break. You're listening to the 2021 Idaho High School Football Championships and the 3A State Championship game on IdahoSports.com.
Dear Detour, you took us off-road on the gnarliest trails. You asked us to measure up, so yeah, we did. When life slings you mud, sling it right back. Stay strong, Toyota trucks.
Every new Toyota comes with Toyota Care, our no-cost maintenance plan. Visit your local Toyota dealer today. Find yours at Toyota.com. Toyota, let's go places.
Athletes know how important it is to stay hydrated. But did you know there are other ways to hydrate besides just drinking water? In fact, milk is a great hydration option because it actually contains water, as well as electrolytes that are lost when your body sweats. So consider taking Milk along with you to your next game or competition and enjoy the taste of greatness. For more help finding your greatness, visit unbottled.com.
It's time to start planning for back to school. That's why I got my kids vaccinated for COVID-19, so they can be protected from COVID when they're back in the classroom. Kids 12 and older can get vaccinated. The vaccines have been researched and tested. They're safe and they work. Getting vaccinated was quick and easy. You can walk into a pharmacy to get one. We got our COVID-19 vaccine, and I hope everyone will choose to get vaccinated too.
Get a free COVID-19 vaccine today. Find a location near you at covidvaccine.idaho.gov.
We're Valley-wide country store. For 100 years, we've been your #1 choice for food, fuel, farm supplies, and just about everything else you could need to get you through your day. We know you work until the job is done, and so do we. For gas on the go, or a little extra to help you get down the road, you can count on us. We are proud to employ your neighbors and to be a cornerstone of your community. We're Valley-wide. Yesterday, today, and tomorrow. We're here for you.
A hit in the morning, another between class, after school, and more before bed. Vaping sucks you in quick. Not to mention all the chemicals and health problems everyone's talking about. That's why thousands of teens are ready to take back their life their own way with My Life, My Quit. When you sign up with us, you'll get a free and simple quit plan that makes it easier to stop vaping. Visit mylifemyquit.com or text Start My Quit to 36072.
You train, you sweat, you practice, you go for the gold, you give 110%, but most of all, you aim for greatness. And Milk is the performance enhancer that can help get you to your goal. Trusted by athletes and backed by science, there's a healthy helping of greatness in every refreshing glass of milk. So let nature's original sports drink help quench your thirst for greatness. For more help finding your greatness, visit unbottled.com.
I decided to get vaccinated because I wanted to protect myself and my family and my customers from COVID-19. When I went to get my COVID-19 vaccine, it was an easy process. It's readily available. Since I got vaccinated, I'm confident I'm protected against the COVID-19 virus. My life has returned to business as usual.
Welcome into the IdahoSports.com postgame show from Holt Arena on the campus of Idaho State University in Pocatello. Brandon Bainey alongside Lance Taylor. The Weiser Wolverines are the 3A state champions for the first time since 1997 with a 34-33 victory over Sugar-Salem in double overtime. Basically, it came down to in double overtime. Weiser scored on their first possession, kicked the extra point. Sugar-Salem got the ball, scored on their first play on a 10-yard touchdown pass from Daniel Neal to Carson Harris. They went for the 2 and the win. They tried the same pass play to Harris, but he was tackled at the half-yard line by Brett Spencer, and that's the game.
Yep, Spencer made the great turn on that, spun him towards the infield rather than towards the end zone. If he spins towards the end zone, it's a touchdown. Spin towards the infield, you get him down, that's exactly what happened.
And so for Sugar-Salem, trying to go for the ultra-rare 4-peat, come up just a play shy, but what a season it was for the Diggers. They started 0-2 and didn't lose again until tonight.
Well, and I think if you look at that last play, it came down, and the two players involved in that final last play at the end were the two players that really played the best for their teams tonight, carried their teams.
Carson Harris for Sugar-Salem and Brett Spencer for Weiser. Speaking of Brett Spencer, our IdahoSports.com player of the game, no surprise, it is Brett Spencer, the senior for Weiser, has an offer from the University of Idaho to play for the Vandals. Hasn't committed yet, still mulling his options. Through the air, 8 of 16 passing tonight, 138 yards and 3 touchdowns. On the ground, 18 carries for 95 yards and a touchdown. Defensively, 2 interceptions and the game-winning tackle at the half-yard line to stop Sugar-Salem's 2-point conversion attempt in double overtime. What a great all-around game tonight for the senior.
Yeah, I think it was very worthy of our IdahoSports.com player of the game.
So congratulations to Weiser. They finished the year with a record of 12-1. Sugar-Salem finishes with an 8-3 overall mark. And for Weiser, their third state title in school history, 1987, 1997, and now 2021. That'll do it for this IdahoSports.com Game Streams production of the 2021 Idaho State Football Championships and the 3A Championship game. Championship coverage has been brought to you by the Idaho Division of Public Health, your local Toyota dealer, Valley-wide co-op and country stores, and Project Filter. Stop smoking, start living. We'd also like to thank all of our local sponsors tonight.
Rain in Style, Lava Hot Springs, Dallas Hill with Silver Creek Real Estate Group, Pocock Trucking, Upper Valley Orthopedics, Crapo Trucking, Fall River Propane, Sunglow of Idaho, Harold Harris Construction, Stone Ridge Dental, Title I, Hahn Packing, Weiser Classic Candy, Les Schwab of Weiser, Farmers Supply, MTE Communication, Dilly Dental, Grand Peaks Medical, Dental, Behavioral Health, and Pharmacy, Tonja's Brazilian Orm Dental Offices, Taylor Chevrolet, Pro Pete Fertilizer, Jim Pike Company, and Weiser Family Medical Center and Hospital.
What a ball game. Weiser wins the title in double overtime over Sugar-Salem, 34-33 the final.
Before you sign off, one thing's important. In our bets for this weekend, we're each 2 games.
That's right.
Apiece. 2 games apiece.
Oh, it's all going to come down to that game tomorrow, I think.
Yeah, well, because we'll be tied after this game no matter what, because
Right.
we both picked the same winner, so win or lose on the upcoming game, it doesn't hurt either one of us, so it comes down to tomorrow.
Yep, it's going to be a lot of fun, and tune into the East Idaho Prepcast in 2 weeks to find out who ultimately won that bet. What a game. Weiser wins in double overtime, 34-33 over Sugar-Salem. The final, congrats again to Brett Spencer, our IdahoSports.com player of the game. 3 touchdowns through the air, 1 touchdown on the ground, 2 interceptions, and the game-winning tackle at the half-yard line to win the game. As Sugar went for 2 in double overtime and didn't get it. For Lance Taylor, I'm Brandon Baney. Stay tuned for the 5A State Championship game coming up in about a half an hour from Holt Arena as the Rigby Trojans take on the Highland Rams in an all-East final showdown. And also underway from the Kibbe Dome in Moscow, it's the 4A state title game. The Skyline Grizzlies taking on the Sandpoint Bulldogs. Ryan Skaggs and Jason Hansen on the call for that game. Until next time, this is Brandon Baney saying good night, everybody. Thanks for tuning in on IdahoSports.com.
This has been a presentation of IdahoSports.com Game Streams. This broadcast is copyrighted to IdahoSports.com. Any rebroadcast, retransmission, or other use of this broadcast without the expressed written consent of IdahoSports.com is strictly prohibited.